Call Lieutenant Richards for more information. Access Sacramento and Play-by-Play Sports would like to thank these businesses for helping to cover some of the production costs for the Capital City Game of the Week.
They say you have potential.
The future is mine.
I can go anywhere.
I just have one question.
How am I going to get there?
The United States Air Force can give you the chance you need to be successful and teach you the skills to make it happen so you really can go anywhere.
Trust your own instincts. Listen to yourself.
To find out about Air Force ROTC at Sacramento State, call Lieutenant Cassandra Richards at 278-7315.
Truth about sex. Before you father a child, ask yourself, are you ready to be a father for the rest of your life? If not, wait, because fatherhood is forever. That's a truth about sex.
We've reached the northern Final Four of Division I football, and this afternoon on the Capital City Game of the Week, two undefeated teams will slug it out to see which school wins a pass to the city championship game. Capital Athletic League champion Nevada Union brings another powerful team deep into the postseason, and the Miners are planning their third big gold strike in this decade. Meantime, Metro League champion Jesuit is itching to return to the section semifinals, where the Marauders' season and their bid to play for a second title in the 90s came to an end last year. Today, in a Sac Joaquin section Division I second-round playoff matchup, the Nevada Union Miners square off with the Jesuit Marauders. Coming up next on the Capital City Game of the Week on Access Sacramento TV 73. Your connection to the only complete game television coverage of high school sports in the Sacramento area. Welcome aboard and good afternoon, football fans. We're at Loyola Field on the campus of Jesuit High School this afternoon for a key Division I football playoff. Nevada Union comes down the hill from Grass Valley to take on top-ranked Jesuit High School. I'm Will James, as always, beside the Imperator of Analysis, Jim Domino. Today we're anticipating a fierce football game. Jim, both clubs have been nicked a little bit with key injuries, but for the most part they're itching to get at each other, and this would have to be considered a battle for the number one spot after 13 weeks or so.
Very definitely. Good afternoon, football fans. This is a battle that everybody's been waiting for. Winner of the Cal League NU versus winner of the Metro League Jesuit. Two of the top teams in our poll, number 3 versus number 1. We got a big crowd. We got ideal conditions here. Cloudy, overcast, but a perfect fall day, no wind. I don't know what else you can ask for with two great football teams.
Well, let's take a quick splash at the upper echelon. It's a little bit moot right now at this stage of the season. I think our thrust here is indicating that the victor today, whoever triumphs, will emerge as the number 1 ranked team in this area going into the city championship contest. We had it 1-3 before the week started, but as we know, surprising setbacks. Oak Ridge, Colfax out of the running now, but today a wonderful mix of two storied programs that have been thick in tradition and dynasty type results.
Both these ball clubs and their coaches have experienced being former section champions during this decade. And so we see another great battle here with number 3 NU versus number 1. Yes, the winner should be number 1, and the loser of this game, relative to score, etc., we don't know where they'll be. We'll have to take a look at that, since across the city we have another big match over there. But the top billing is number 1 versus number 3.
Well, if we take a look at the last outing for both squads, they both generated good offense, 45 points apiece in rather lopsided victories, of course. Right here a week ago, Jesuit putting it on Elk Grove, a little bit of a payback and some type of a certain validation that they belong at this position of the season. And for Grass Valley, tough to beat at home, as Christian Brothers found out.
Oh, very definitely. Christian Brothers traveled up to Grass Valley and took it on the nose, 45-0. They shut out their big back and just totally shut down CBS with a good defense and 45 points. Right here on this field, Joe Elfman had a big day, throwing for 4 touchdowns and getting great help right off the get-go on the opening kickoff when Charles Bell broke the big one. And that set a precedent for Jesuit, and they never were behind against Elk Grove.
Well, a good start key for both ball clubs today. Coach Humphers and the Miners staff certainly are going to have to lean heavily on the mighty Miners. And though they have abundant stars, it's been this particular trio that needs to get pushed up today and recognized. Among them, a top running back and one of the more unheralded D linemen we've seen in this area.
Well, the top running back they have is Jeff Heidelberger, and he's a good one. Their other one, Jurette's very good as well. Heidelberger has 1,253 yards, 16 touchdowns, and as you'll see today, he is very quick. He hits the hole, has great burst of speed. Their big defensive end, Warren Jackson, number 84, I'll tell you, hits people. He's a force to be reckoned with, and I'll tell you, Jesuit will have a load to take care of there. Josh Reinecke assumes the reins of quarterback, filling in for Sean Vickers. And Josh Reinecke is a starter on defense. He's a good, tough kid, good runner. Perhaps he hasn't thrown as much as his predecessor, Vickers, but he'll be in the driver's seat today running this NU offense.
Well, Coach Carmazzi and his staff, abundant weapons as well in the Marauders' arsenal, and we've heard all season long about the prowess of their tandem of running backs, Bell and Ryman, and sensational line play anchored by Luca, among others. But Joe Elfman has been the guiding force, calling the shots out of the offensive huddle, and certainly a special teams jewel, if we can call it that. Siegel figures prominently in this game and all clutch games that figure to be hard fought, where special teams will come into focus. And of course, Sharp had been a two-way starter, still prominent though in line play.
Well, you've heard us for the last 2 years talking about number 55 Luke and number 34 Ryman, and those are two great football players, but they got a great supporting cast, as mentioned, Will. Joe Elfman's had a great season. He's thrown 65%, over 1,700 yards. He's got 19 touchdown passes and only 1 interception all season long. It's amazing how these Jesuit quarterbacks do this year in and year out, lead the area in the least amount of picks, and that means no turnovers. Jared Siegel is a lethal weapon. He's worth points going into football game. He can put you in bad field position via his kickoffs and or his punting. And of course his field goal range is in that 40-45 plus range, so he can put points on the board real quick, and he's a good strong safety. Frank Sharp, two-way starter, has played sound and steady for the Marauders all year long, and those three will certainly help lead Jesuit in the battle today.
Well, we both know that size isn't everything, but a look at the tail of the scale indicates Jesuit an edge in both line matchups, but particularly on one side of the football, Jim.
Well, the NU offense and the Jesuit defense is only a pound difference in the advantage of Jesuit. But on the offensive line, Jesuit has a 44-pound weight advantage over NU, and you'd think they'd be able to run right at them, and I think they can. However, NU, averaging only 191 on their defensive front, can really run. They get to the football, they gang tackle real well, so that will be a test there.
Well, there's always loads of keys and intangibles in a game like this, and certainly injuries are brought to bear. Nevada Union behind the 8 ball without their outstanding starting quarterback. Sean Vickers lost in week 8 with a shoulder injury. But on the Jesuit side of things, key two-way starter Jeff Jeremiah also on the shelf this afternoon.
Well, other than those two, and those are two fine football players, Will, they certainly will miss both. But I think Jesuit depth will show up here. They got a couple of good defensive backs coming in here that have played a lot this year, and particularly since they've been ahead in a lot of football games. And a loss on the other side in NU, Vickers is a loss. He's a good team leader, and Josh Reinecke will certainly fill the bill. Maybe he doesn't throw quite as well, but I think he'll prove himself a good leader here today.
Well, we've got it laid out for you like a holiday buffet here at Loyola Field. We're at Jesuit High School, and this is quarterfinal round action today. Nevada Union journeys down the hill, taking on host Jesuit High School. Nice to have you with us on the Capital City Game of the Week. Stay right here with us. When we return, we'll be taking a look at today's starting lineups and brace for this afternoon's opening kickoff.
This edition of the Capital City Game of the Week is being brought to you by JR's Texas Barbecue, It's the taste of authentic Texas barbecue right here in Sacramento. Dimple Records, new and used CDs, cassettes, movies, games, and gifts. The insanity begins here. Los Rios Community College District. Call for registration information or visit our website. When you choose your college, choose the best. Access Sacramento and Play-by-Play Sports would like to thank these businesses for helping to cover some of the production costs for the Capital City Game of the Week.
Committed to the total education of young women. St. Francis High School. Challenging the body, inspiring the mind, touching the heart.
Hands need hands to help you see what lies ahead, what you want to be. Hands need hands, a hand to reach.
Kids today need extra help to stay in school. Communities and Schools brings hands in need together with hands that can help.
Did you?
Well, it has given me an opportunity to come in, learn about equipment, learn about the processes of producing, directing. Oh, it's been great. It's been fantastic. Very professional crew, very, very professionally run and organized.
Your cooperation will add to the enjoyment of today's contest. We appreciate your cooperation.
Welcome back to Loyola Field here at Jesuit High School with Jim Domino, Will James, and the rest of the Game of the Week broadcast crew. We welcome you to quarterfinal round Division I football action. Jesuit playing host to Nevada Union in this D1 matchup. And it looks as though it'll be NU kicking off to Jesuit, the visiting Miners from Grass Valley wearing their road whites trimmed in navy and gold, and the host Marauders in their customary bright red trimmed in gold. Set to do the booting, Justin Alt for Nevada Union, coached by Dave Humphers and his outstanding staff. Deep to receive, Charles Bell, the deep man, but this is going to fall into his arms at about the 8-yard line, and we are underway. He picks his way up the middle and reaches the 25 or so, and that's where we're going to start action. We'll check the Jesuit offense. For the Marauders in their backfield, unheralded QB Joe Elfman leads this group. Ryman at fullback, Bell at tail. Excellent group of receivers, although missing today, Jeff Jeremino. He's replaced by Leary with Perillo and with Miko. And on the offensive line, Nygaard, Kaufman, Johnson, Sharp, and Lemon. Here's the first play from scrimmage. Bell has it, and he's wrapped up and shoved back. He's going to have progress to about the 23, but it's going to be about a 2-yard loss, and the D-line was up for that. Let's check for it now. Nevada Union on defense, and they've got a stellar defensive crew. Warren Jackson dominating at defensive end with Simmons, Storms, and Cooper on that offensive front. The quartet of backers, boy, they're excellent. Buchanan, Van Meter, Havner, and Carter. 3 deep in the secondary, Renicky, Mills, and Newey. 2nd and 11 after a loss of 1. Elsman fires. Incomplete behind the sliding intended receiver. Number 18 getting a starting assignment today due to the injury to Jeremiah is Chris Leary. So that'll bring up 3rd now and 11, as the Marauders need to put something together to make some field position. Obvious passing down, Jim, and Elfman certainly capable in that regard.
Well, he's come through in a lot of third down situations here. He'll be tested by the NUD.
I formation, and here's Jenks in motion, number 80. Great protection. Elfman fires. Open over the middle is Jenks, and he's got a first down, about a 12-yard pickup, as he makes the 36 or 7, and a good strike, but pass protection, the big key there, Jim.
Well, they protected him real well, and Tony Jenks just sat there right about 12, 14 yards, right in the curl zone, right against that 3-deep zone, and it's wide open creases in there in the seams as well.
So the Marauders click on a key third down conversion to get field position, and they keep it on the ground here to Big Jeff Ryman. He breaks a tackle at the 40 and strings the play outside for about a 6-yard run.
Well, Ryman bounced outside there. He had 2 or 3 inside, showed me some good moves there, good feet. Bounced outside, picked up an additional couple of 3 or 4, and now we get into second and a long 3 for Jesuit. A good play action down for Elfman. Don't be surprised if Jesuit goes upstairs even with short yardage.
So 2nd and 4 after gain of 6, and here's Bell in motion for the Marauders. Very dangerous also as a receiver. Quick hitch, it goes to Bell, and he dances for a first down and a lot more. Up the sideline to the 10, and he's going to take it the distance. Charles Bell scores on a 58-yard catch and run. Ding dong, ding dong.
Well, I'll tell you, he showed me some speed on that one. He got a good block out there from one of the wide receivers, and it turned on the juice down that sideline. Good play action down. They put Bell in motion, and then he just sits down and waits, looks back toward the quarterback, and they made that look easy.
So Siegel's on. The kicker ticker will show that he's been dynamite in his placement accuracy from both field goal range and from cleanup duty on extra points, and that one's no exception. Jared Siegel down the slot, another bullseye at 9:57. Here early in the first, the Marauders are on the board and on top 7-0, and another look at that hitch pass that Bell turned into 6.
Okay, there you see Joe Elfman take a quick one-step drop. He evades number 42, goes down the sidelines in the foot race for the end zone, and Bell leaves him. Excellent call by Jesuit. Excellent play. He's made big plays all year long for Jesuit.
Jesuit scoring drive, 75 yards on 5 plays.
Well, that's the way to get your home crowd juiced early, and we have a terrific crowd here at Jesuit High School, perhaps bordering on record attendance for outdoor football here at Loyola Field. As you can clearly see, and throughout the ball game, you'll see standing room ringing the field. The visiting contingent across the way absolutely packed to capacity, as Grass Valley has brought an excellent battalion of fans down the hill. And I imagine fans still streaming in due to the gridlock outside. Glad to see Scott Marsh has dropped by, and we'll be picking him up a little bit later in the game with some good field reporting. And it's Jared Siegel set to do the kicking for the Marauders. So Siegel gets a leg into it, high hang time, and bounding just outside the goal line and into the end zone for a touchback. No return there, and that's been a standard trademark. Scott Andrews had to let that one go. So the Miners take over, 1st and 10 at the 20, and we'll check the Nevada Union offense. As mentioned, Sean Vickers, their outstanding quarterback, injured. He will not play. Josh Renicky takes the helm, and a full house backfield of Harris, Heidelberger, and Jarrett, an outstanding one. We'll get the rest later. Renicky buys some time with the scramble. Price chases him. He's under heavy duress and finally unloads. Up the field, a great lob. It goes to Carter, and Logan Carter has the grab and carries nearly to midfield. Boy, I'll tell you, Renicky bought some precious time with evasive ability until he could find an open receiver, and just like that, Nevada Union's marching down the field.
Okay.
First down, Nevada Union will set the rest of that offense in just a moment. The Miners on the move. Eiler Harrison, the big fullback, barrels for 8 or 9 before he's dropped by Charles Bell. The rest of that Miners offense, the receivers, a couple of good ones. Andrews and tight end Keebler, and then along that front, Leach, Giles, Elliott, Brandon Charters, and Randy Gates will set the Jesuit D in a moment. Here comes Heidelberger, sweep right, and he's turned in and dropped. An outstanding play. Coming up from the corner, it's Mark Rodriguez, 27 of the Marauders. Let's set that Marauder defense, Nana, along that front. Boy, what a 4 they've got. Mike J. Luca, Asher Benjamin, Big Chris Catapano, the Big Cat, and Eric Price. The backers, Bunfield, Ryman, and Miko. And in the secondary, Jenks, Bell, Siegel, and Strahl. Meantime, Renicky throws up the field. He's got a wide open man. Logan Carter, touchdown Miners, as he carries the distance and withstands a hard shot from Pat Strahl in the end zone. And that play covers better than 40 yards. Rat-a-tat-tat, bing, bang, boom.
Both these ball clubs are not afraid to throw play action on 2nd and 1 and 2 yards. I'm really impressed with both ball clubs' play calling. Well,
so on for the PAT, it'll be Mills of Nevada Union. Spotted but blocked. Wow, I think Billy Bunfield, 44, might have knifed in there and blocked that PAT try by Mills. That might be key at 8:51, still early in the first. Jesuit 7, Nevada Union 6, both teams striking for a long catch and run. That time, Nevada Union hooking up. It was Renicky to Carter.
Well, that could be a big factor. We'll have an PAT blocked. As you know here, both teams have outstanding kickers. And in a tight ball game, these PATs and ability to possibly go for 2 later on as needed could play a key role here today in this football game.
Well, both clubs striking through the air, but the missed PAT, the difference right now. The ensuing kickoff coming from Alt, high, deep driving kickoff, and Bell will have to settle for a touchback. And out to the 20 come the Marauders. After seizing the early lead, they get stung for a TD up the field by number 2 quarterback Josh Renicky, showing his outstanding diversity and versatility for Coach Humper's ball club.
Well, they're going to have to do more of that today because we all know NU can run, but Renicky will have to keep Jesuit off balance with his passing.
First down, Marauders. Motion shown by Bell at 7-6. Jesuit high, early first, 8 minutes to go. Incomplete on the flip intended for Ryan Perillo. Covering on the corner, outstanding DB Ben Mills. And I'll tell you, Jim, I don't know of a secondary that has done as much damage as this Nevada Union secondary. They have compiled a ghastly number of pass interceptions that is most
they
impressive.
Have 12. Between Renicky and Forrest Newley and Ben Mills, they have 12 picks this year in the secondary alone.
That's impressive. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Big hole. Here's Ryman barreling ahead. First down, Jesuit, as he slams across the 30 before he's dropped in the secondary. That stop made by John Davis, 21.
Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. First down, Jesuit.
Mr. Inside, Mr. Outside. Ryman and Bell, pretty tough tandem.
That's a good tackle by Joe Davis, John Davis taking on the big guy. And I think you're going to see John give a break to quarterback Josh Renicky, since he is playing on offense.
Upstairs, Elkman fires incomplete, a savage hit and a pass interception. It's picked off by Andrews in the NU secondary, and an injured Marauder lies at the Jesuit 45. A high toss from Elkman, and the result was the intended receiver being undercut on a jarring shot by number 21, John Davis, and the overthrown ball picked by Andrews in the secondary. So, insult to injury if you want to dip into the cliche file, but our attention right now and our best wishes are with the fallen Marauder. And while we wait to see what his condition is, we'll check our game referees today. Our referee this afternoon, Dennis Ward, and he's teaming with umpire Larry Vaughn. Brian Jacobs, our linesman. The line judge, Dwayne Johnston, and working as back judge today, Debus Arzaga. So the fallen Marauder, Chris Leary, number 18, coming off wobbly but under his own power, and that further depletes Jesuit's receiving corps. As you know, Jim, Jeff Jeremiah out for the game with injury, and O'Sullivan unavailable for duty today.
Yeah, that's going to cut them a little short.
Fumble on the play, and the Marauders have it as Renicky lost the handle, and they give the ball right back for consecutive turnovers as each club trades a mistake. Getting up off the bottom, it looks like Big 55. That must be Catapano. Or let's see. No fumble recovery. Play blown dead, Jim.
Yeah, it was a quick whistle, no question about it.
Motion shown by Jarrett, but the give goes to Eiler Harrison, and the fullback is stuck. Mike J. Luca. I'm getting my 5s and 6s a little out of focus. It was Luca falling on that loose football, but Jesuit able to, or the Miners, I should say, able to dodge that turnover, and then Luca with that last tackle. On the roll, it's Renicky, throws to the flat, and he's got Jarrett, who's bumped out near the 10 after shaking off Rodriguez. Ryman is there to clean it up.
Well, right now, they're with this fourth down coming up here, NU's going to have to make a decision. I haven't seen their field goal team. Come on, Will. They're sitting here with 4th and 4. And whether he will kick or not, I think right now, Coach Humphers, I think, is going to take time out while he makes a decision. Yeah, he is.
Well, that'll give us a chance to let you know that our trivia quiz for Game of the Week did register 3 winners to our question, and I'll just let you know very quickly who they are because we're going to show them to you next week at the city championship game, which will be at Hughes Stadium. And the question again for 5 weeks to the local football community was, who owns the reputation of being considered the absolute most dangerous, hardest hitting football player of all time? Answer is former San Francisco 49er linebacker Hardy Brown, who was Y.A. Tittle's teammate in the early to mid 50s. Correctly answering that question, Don Bixby of Sacramento, Reed Buell of Sacramento, and Ben Traverso of Sacramento. Thanks, Renee. Sweet looking graphics. Those are 3 distinguished winners, and we'll honor them in 1 week's time. Meantime, the timeout has expired, and NU slamming on the door. Roll right. Here's Heidelberger to the 10, to the 5, to the corner. Touchdown, Miners. The misdirection fooled Jesuit, and Heidelberger scampered in around the right side. Wow. So the pass interception and long run back by Andrews sets up now Nevada Union. And so far, Renicky and company have known what to do with their opportunities. It comes at the 7:17 of the first quarter, and so far, in just a few minutes of play, we have had 3 touchdowns. So NU, after having their first point after blocked, will go for the 2 after Heidelberger's TD. Here's Renicky, run for the goal line, cut it inside. He's got it. As Renicky runs for a pair, and we are...
Here's a kickoff now.
Now looking at the Miners on top, 14-7 as they make up for the blocked PAT.
Well, they've made it up, and with these 2 great defensive teams, and both schools probably averaging 40 or better on offense, it's amazing today. We're in, the crowd's loving it. We're getting a lot of scoring here, and we're not even at the halfway mark of the quarter, and we've got 21 total points on the board here. And I think that Renicky has showed, in fact, that he can throw the football. They seem to have receivers wide open, and then, of course, they are tough after the catch, aren't they?
And they certainly did not let that early 7-0 deficit demoralize them in any kind of way. They've answered with 14 quick points, and to be honest with you, Jim, I thought points would be harder to come by today. Before the kickoff, let's bounce it to Scott Marsh, and we may have to intervene a moment if we have the big run back. How you doing, Scotty?
Doing great. Well, good to be here today, and here with Terry Rasmussen, who had to face both teams at El Camino, and you're thinking the key today might be defense, but we've seen a lot of points so far.
We sure have, but both teams are very playoff tested, and I think as the game winds down, when all the nerves get away, defense will be the key in this game. When both teams play excellent defense, it's going to be a matter of who can rush the quarterback and who can have the least amount of turnovers.
Let's go to you, Will.
Thank you, Scott. Let's see if we can get back to Terry in just a moment, but here's the run back by Bell, and he makes it beyond the 20 to about the 28 or so, and I know Terry Rasmussen, Scott, has to be just thrilled with the performance of his son Eric, quarterbacking El Camino to some big games offensively this year. So the Marauders take over from the Jesuit 29. We're at 7-13, nearing midway first here from Loyola Field. Nice to have you with us. 14-7 NU, and Bell is cut down in the backfield. Boy, I'll tell you, playing a big role today is Logan Carter. He wears number 8. He has caught a couple of big passes from his tight end position, and as you see there, Jim, very active from his outside backing spot.
Oh, I've been very impressed with him. Good athlete, you know, Will, NU's had a ball a total of 2 minutes and 13 seconds. They have 14 points in that total time. And I tell you, they strike quickly.
I don't believe Jesuit has been strucken that quickly or struck that quickly all year long. Staggered eye, play fake, and Elfman fires high to Perillo, broken up. Ben Mills, number 2, with the coverage behind Perillo, and he was actually in the better position for that high throw, incomplete.
Well, right now, Joe Elfman's getting protection. Jesuit O-line's doing a job. However, right now, Joe's hurrying himself and throwing off his back foot. Everything he throws is on the rise right now. If you notice his pick before, and that ball was way over the head of the intended receiver, and he's going to have to step and use his feet better.
3rd down and 15. That's Ryman in motion, and markers come out. And that's a busted play for the Marauders. But the main thing is we did see number 18 re-enter the contest for Jesuit, and we're glad to see that, Chris Leary. But let's join Scott Marsh again down on the field. How you doing, Scott?
Doing good. Still here with Terry, and Will was commenting a little bit earlier that how proud you must be with your son Eric playing quarterback and having some great games offensively against not only these teams but all year long at El Camino.
We were very fortunate to have a very good offensive team, and the guys in the line did a very good job. And yes, Eric did have a good year, but he would be the first to say that it was up to the linemen and the guys that protected him that he did well.
Absolutely, and again, going back to this game, you talked about defense being a key, but in your opinion, who has the advantage today?
Well, I think 2 reasons why Jesuit have a slight advantage. First, they're playing on a Saturday afternoon, and they're used to playing these type of day games. And the second thing is that they're playing at home on a very good turf, and I think that would benefit them the most.
Terry, thanks for the time.
Thank you very much, Scott.
All right, let's go back up to you, Will and Jim.
Thank you, Scott Marsh and Terry Rasmussen. So Bell is handled. It brings up 4th and plenty, and Jared Siegel, the kicker ticker will show he's booting at about 35 yards a clip, but his accuracy and hang time, boy, look at that driving wobbly spiral, backing him up. Andrews can't find it, and he's going to have to let it roll, and it's down there by the hustling Mark Rodriguez inside the NU 30, and the Marauders want a fumble recovery, claiming Andrews had touched the punt.
Well, of course, Jez was trying to say he touched the ball, but official Vaughn didn't have any help from his side official. And he was looking for help at the side official, and he didn't see anyone touch it, so.
No harm, no foul. It's a Jesuit punt, and NU takes over now, leading at 14-7. We're at 5:39 of the first. The give is off the right side as we saw the motion from Jarrett, and fullback Eiler Harrison, number 48, crosses the 30 and gets about 2 out of that. Make it 2nd and about 3.
Call it 2nd and 8 at the 31.
I guess that's what I ought to say, 2nd and 8, or after gain of 2. Jarrett, meantime, sweeps left. Boy, Bell did a nice job fending off a block and helping bottle that up. And outstanding lateral pursuit from Mike J. Luca, 55, to finish it.
Well, he's done it for several years, and like you say, Bell had a blocker in his face, stalk blocking. They run that famed wing T, sweep either way, left and right, and looked like he had more when the play started.
Meantime, Renicky rolls, pressured by Bunfill, and throws off balance, intercepted by Rodriguez and dropped, and it's going to be called an incomplete pass. He had it momentarily, and I'm going to have to credit number 4, Scott Andrews, for an arm hook to pull that ball loose at the right moment.
Well, again, appeared to me that was a pick, and he had possession of the football, and he was on his way for possibly a long gain or a touchdown, really. Great save by NU. To me, he looked to me like he had control of the football.
It looked like a grab and a couple of strides before Andrews hooked his
I'd say
arm.
he was in his 3rd step, at least.
Punt formation for the Miners. Twin returners deep for Jesuit at the Marauder 30. Line drive punt. And it's going to be fielded by Bell and fumbled, but I believe he, watch out, Marauders. NU might have muscled for that recovery, and Nevada Union has the football as Bell muffed it, then got out wrestled for possession. 2 turnovers now for the Marauders, this one on the doorstep of the red zone.
Well, right now, NU has turned it up, and they are relentless. They really are. Their special teams, they are really playing everything to the hilt. They are forcing Jesuit to maybe do some things that they don't want to do. Right now, Jesuit's going to have to respond here quickly to the tempo that NU is using on both ends of the football.
Jesuit calls a timeout to regroup defensively, and I must say I think that's a good call. They want to put the brakes on this opportunity right now and solidify their defensive adjustment as we see Justin Geddes, 25, enter the contest for Jesuit. But right now we're at the 4:29 here at Jesuit High School. 14-7, the visiting Nevada Union Miners on top, and we have a fantastic crowd here at Loyola Field on the campus of Jesuit High for today's Capital City Game of the Week and this quarterfinal round Division I matchup. I'm Will James with Jim Domino, Scott Marsh, the rest of the Capital City Game of the Week broadcast crew, and just delighted to have you with us, and just terrific weather for football this afternoon.
Well, you know, this NU ball club looks extremely quick. We knew they were quick. I think Jesuit's realizing that. They put pressure on you on both ends of the football very quickly. They have some playmakers, and Josh Renicky in his junior year with very little quarterback experience is showing you he is a competitor.
We may have referred to him as a senior, but he is indeed a junior, all the more impressive for the underclassmen leading this offense in an emergency role due to the untimely and unfortunate injury to starting QB Sean Vickers. But you wouldn't know it right now, Coach Domino. The first play is a 4-yard gain. Call it 2nd and 6. Jarrett in motion. Eiler Harrison angles left. Ryman's got him, and so does Bunfill, but not before he gets inside the 15.
Well, the fullback, Eiler Harrison, is a workhorse on early downs, and there he hit that slant left and picked up about 3 or 4, and now we're in the 3rd and a short 3 or a long 2, whatever you want to call it. But once again, he has a choice of giving the ball to Heidelberger or coming off himself.
Here's the pitch. It goes from Renicky to Jarrett, and he's popped hard crossing the 10, and he's going to be close to a first down. It'll be very important to see where they spot that. Wow. He's a foot short, maybe less, maybe 6 inches.
Well, it's we're far away from there, Will. I thought he had it when he initially got there, but who knows on the spotting of the football today. Really. They love to run. Wing T teams love to run options inside the 20. You won't see them run it too much from 20 to 20. They get to the 20 suddenly, the option is a big play in the offense.
Timeout in Nevada Union, and Coach Humphers with 4th and 6 inches wants to be absolutely certain he's on the same page with his offense and his valiant backup QB, Josh Renicky. Presently, with just 3:32 left in the first, Nevada Union on top 14-7 after overcoming an early 7-0 deficit to Jesuit High School. But this has been a very inspired first quarter performance by the visitors from Grass Valley.
Well, this is a playoff game, and both clubs are playing at playoff level. I would say at this point in time, with 3 minutes to go in the quarter, as mentioned earlier, NU has stepped up the tempo. And it seems to me early in the football game, they're telling Jesuit, hey, you want to keep the pace with me or not? And it's not what defense are running and what offense are running necessarily. It's simply the basic 3 things that win football games with blocking, tackling, and execution. And right at this point in time, both their special teams and their offense defense are playing a level up. Would you say, Will?
Absolutely. Winner of this game, of course, to face the winner of Grant and Johnson in the city title game. Off the right side, Eiler Harrison has plenty, and that is a first down for the Miners inside the Jesuit 10. Well, they went to the big back.
They did.
Shortest distance between 2 points.
Eiler Harrison's got those good tough yards for them, short yardage all season long. Heidelberger and Jarrett are the speed guys who can break them, but Harrison is tough on his inside.
Here's Renicky rolling away from Bunfield, but Price is after him. Good escapability, fire into the end zone, ill-advised, broken up, and nearly picked by Jared Siegel, but a penalty marker down. Asher Benjamin, 76, chasing Renicky, but Renicky unloaded and then took the hit.
Well, I'll tell you, Josh Renicky, really showed me something there. He reversed his feel, and it appeared like he was going to take the sack on the far side, but outran everybody and still unloaded. I don't agree with his toss there at the end.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. On the defense. First down.
Dennis Ward with the call. He's our Whitecap referee today, also working with umpire Larry Vaughn, linesman Brian Jacobs, line judge Dwayne Johnston, and back judge Dennis Arzaga. So the football park just inside the Jesuit 5. Marauders in a bit of trouble here with 3 minutes to go in the first. Work right, Heidelberger stuck at the 3, but he powers up. Touchdown Miners as he drags a Marauder tackler into the end zone for the score. And he had lots of leg drive to break through Mark Rodriguez and hit pay dirt.
All season long, the NU backs, as in the past, all 5'8", 160 pounds. Jefferson Heidelberger got hit on about the 3, high knee action, leg drive, and takes him in the end zone.
On for the PAT, Mills. A knuckleball is down the middle, and at the 2:55 late here in the first, Nevada Union, its third TD in the opening 9 minutes, leading it now 21-7 over Jesuit. And we'll have one more look at the impressive Jefferson Heidelberger.
All right, there you see the handoff. Heidelberger, he cuts off tackle, gets hit by a Jesuit Marauder on a 3 and takes him on in the end zone. I'll tell you, it's amazing. Again, a guy 160 with that kind of power. He just got good knee action and yards after contact. You people out there, particularly some of you football players coming up through the ranks thinking you got to weigh 190, 200 to be a big running back. Look at Jefferson Heidelberger. He's an example of a combination of speed and power.
We mentioned that the winner of this contest will square off with the winner of Hiram Johnson and Grant early in that football game over at Johnson. It's the host Warriors on top 7-6 over the Pacers. We'll keep you apprised of that score as we continue. Meantime, Justin Alt, number 6, puts a foot into it. Driving kickoff, Bell at the goal line. It's a touchback as he straddles the goal line And the Marauders again will be out to the 20 with the touchback for 1st and 10. Well, there's no doubt that Nevada Union head coach Dave Humphers and his staff are prepared to the highest degree today so far, leading it 21-7 over Jesuit, 2:55 late first. Helfman rolls away and fires. He's got Bell on a short hookup, and he's dropped immediately. Corey Buchanan, 15, in on part of that stop, and he's helped out by one other defender there. And short gain, give him a couple on that, 2nd and 8.
Well, through the years, NU has been known for their defensive pursuit and hustle and getting to the football and gang tackling. And you can see how quick they pursue east to west, and very tough to run around them.
Charles Bell works right, and he cannot get away from Logan Carter. The outside backer drags him down, and that's a bit of a loss. He lost 2 or so. Call it 3rd and 10.
Once again, I think, as experienced earlier in the quarter with Ryman, Jesuit can come right at NU. They can come right at them from tackle to tackle inside, but running around them is something else, as you see.
You called that early on, Jim, and so far that's proven to be right on the money. Backs are split, but Elfman wants to throw with good protection. A high lob up the left side. He's going for Leary, but it's overthrown. Good vicinity coverage from Ben Mills, number 2.
Well, 2 is doing an outstanding job, Ben Mills and John Davis. And you see those DBs of NU who are very crafty. They take intended receivers off their patterns.
So John Davis filling in nicely for Renicky in the secondary as Renicky moves to QB, and certainly the Miners have some rhythm with that formation. Meantime, Jared Siegel booms the punt out of trouble, and the Miners let it bounce, but Andrews takes it on the second hop outside the 30 and works the far side to the 40 and a bit more. So Andrews very dangerous as a receiver and return man. Scampers for a nice punt return and sets up NU with outstanding field position.
Well, here's NU here with decent field position again on the 43-yard line. They break the huddle, and Jesuit defense is not ready. They got a break from the official there.
Sweep right, Heidelberger led by Harrison, and what a defensive play right there by Jeff Ryman as he hurdled Harrison's lead block and dropped him like a bad habit, with Siegel coming up strong for run support from the secondary.
That's a great play, and we got a hold on top of it against NU. Great play by Jeff Ryman. That's what he's done for 3 years at Jesuit, make big plays. Here's a decision here that he's got to make.
Another look at individual ability here from
Here they
Ryman.
run the fly and try to get around, and you see Ryman come all the way and make a shoestring virtually tackle.
Have a hold on the offense. Repeat first down.
So the major penalty marches NU back, one of the few mistakes they've shown today besides the early turnover that did not hurt them. In any case, here's Jarrett running tough inside the tackles. Between the hash marks, he crosses the 35 to about the 37 or 8. So the carry, they spot the football at the 38-yard line, and NU's going to need plenty. They'll need to make the Jesuit 47. They're still needing about 17 yards. Renicky to throw on the run, and he's got Heidelberger at the 40 for about a 3-yard pickup, but they're going to still need about 14 yards on third down.
That's good coverage by Jesuit there, and they're going to have to use their crossing routes, and the middle is wide open against Jesuit, but right now they're going to the sideline here and not getting too much out of the passing game. So this is a big play for Jesuit as well as NU, third and about almost 14, and I wouldn't be surprised if they still run the football, even though it should be a pass. But don't be surprised if it's a run.
2 seconds left and they get the playoff, and Reineke dropped by Ryman for a sack at the NU 25, and that is a drive buster as the first period expires. We played one at Loyola Field at Jesuit, NU 21, Jesuit 7. This will give us a chance to talk about our great underwriters who make this game possible. Athletics Unlimited, Air Force ROTC, Bleachers on University, and Brinkus Collision Repair Facility. To Dimple Records, Amy Hardware, and JR's Texas Barbecue. Jeff Hassan and New York Life. Hiram Johnson West Campus. Leatherby's, B.T. Thompson and Skills Athletics, and the St. Francis High School Friars Club. We thank you so much. If you'd like to know more about supporting Game of the Week, that's the number to call. That's the extension to specify.
Grant over Johnson with 6 minutes to go in the half.
This edition of the Capital City Game of the Week is being brought to you by JR's Texas Barbecue. It's the taste of authentic Texas barbecue right here in Sacramento. Dimple Records, new and used CDs, cassettes, movies, games, and gifts. The insanity begins here. Los Rios Community College District. Call for registration information or visit our website. When you choose your college, choose the best. Access Sacramento and Play-by-Play Sports would like to thank these businesses for helping to cover some of the production costs for the Capital City Game of the Week.
Committed to the total education of young women, St. Francis High School, challenging the body, inspiring the mind, touching the heart.
Hands need hands to help you see what lies ahead, what you want to be. Hands need hands, a hand to reach.
Kids today need extra help to stay in school. Communities and Schools brings hands in need together with hands that can help.
Did you?
Well, it has given me an opportunity to come in, learn about equipment, learn about the processes of producing, directing. Oh, it's been great. It's been fantastic. Very professional crew, very, very professionally run and organized.
back to Jesuit High School. Will James, Jim Domino, Scott Marsh, the rest of the Capital City Game of the Week crew. And here's the NU punt after Jesuit holds, nearly blocked. But Harrison gets off the punt. And here's the upcoming return taken by August. He's to the near side, popped hard. And the Miners throw him back, but it's good field position by Jesuit nevertheless. And they'll open shop near the Marauder 44. Let's go down to the field and Scott Marsh. How you doing, Scotty?
I'm doing great, Will. Thanks very much. Down here with the head basketball coach at Jesuit, our good friend Hank Meyer. And Hank, I know you're an interested onlooker today. How does a win today by Jesuit affect your basketball program?
Well, we'll be all right, but I have 8 players out here playing football, so a win today means that in a week longer they won't be playing basketball, but that's fine with me. I'm supportive of the football program, and I hope we can get back in this one.
Yeah, you'll certainly take that, no question about that. How does the basketball team this year look as you get ready for your out-of-league schedule?
We should be pretty good. We've got pretty much everybody back from last year. We have some strong guard play. I think we have a lot of very good players. Our depth should be good. So we'll get the ball up and down the court. Our inside game with Tyree and Rasmussen should be pretty sharp. I think we're in good shape and should be a good season.
Well, best of luck to you, Hank.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's go back up to you, Will.
Thank you very much, Scott. After Ryman runs for about 6, you see the flag come out on the line surge. Let's hear the call.
Dead ball foul.
First down.
Well, that's a gift from NU to Jesuit. Move the stakes. 1st and 10. Marauders, the football parked at the Minor 45. Jesuit trailing here 21-7. 11-minute mark, early second. Ryman barrels ahead, and he's popped hard after a 4-yard run.
Ball carrier good for about 3 yards. Von Mader on the tackle.
Early here in the second period, it's Jesuit now manufacturing a drive after getting stung with 3 unanswered touchdowns following their early 7-0 lead, Jim.
Well, I think they're off the right foot, although he only picked up 3 yards on that. Ryman straight ahead, and I think they got a mix-up coming inside the tackles as well as pass on earlier downs. Do not wait for 3rd down.
Ryman the only setback as we see Bell in motion to the near side. Elfman to throw. Blocked. Broken up by Van Meter, and he's one of the area's top linebackers, Josh Van Meter, 42. And so far today, Jim, what I haven't seen out of that vaunted Jesuit offense is their ability to throw the football up the field.
No, they're not. And right now, NU is mixing up their coverage. They dropped 7 people in the pass coverage then and only rushed 4. And it seems like Elfman is off his rhythm. He's getting time, but they dropped 7 on the last.
Well, here's 4 wide receivers for Jesuit, and they're going to go up the field. Bell's not looking, and that's picked off, taken by Ben Mills. Wow. A misconnection as Bell ran up the field deep after hesitation, and Elfman threw to the short spot. And I've got Jesuit now for 3 turnovers.
Well, they've got 2 interceptions that I believe in a fumble. I've got them down for 2 picks for sure. And as I just mentioned to you, Joe just doesn't seem on rhythm here and throwing off his back foot. And I think the coverage is confusing him as well.
Credit NU's coverage. Left side, Eiler Harrison working as a marker comes out.
Eiler Harrison, the ball carrier, stopped by Ryman and Catapano. There's a penalty on the play.
I don't believe that any of the Jesuit wide receivers even have a catch today. He's gone to
other
Bell.
than Bell, yeah, I believe you're right, Will. And Kelly Miko hasn't seen the ball yet, and usually he's very effective operating in the middle on crossing routes or down the seam. Jesuit's got them going back in a hole with a hold here. But Reineke is gambling today, and I don't be surprised if he comes out throwing.
So far, he's been up to the challenge, but here's the danger zone, you might say. Heidelberger zigzag off the right side, breaks a couple tackles, crosses the 20 to the 22 or 23 before Ryman can drop him. Let's take another look at the errant pass from Elfman resulting in the interception, and we might be able to see how Bell continued up the field.
Here you see Joe Elfman take a 5-step drop, and throw into coverage up the field, and a nice pick. He touched the knee by Ben Mills.
Meantime, Miners keep it on the ground. Power plus straight up the middle. Tyler Harrison getting a good workout today. That's going to bring up 3rd and intermediate now for NU, looking like 3rd and 6. Clock rolling. Still early in the second here, though, with 9:10 remaining. 21-7, Nevada Union leading Jesuit High School with Jim Domino and Scott Marsh. I'm Will James. Nice to have you with us. This is Jefferson Heidelberger, and boy, he's masterful at those quick direction changes where he can step to daylight.
Well, they're going to be faced. He looks short unless he gets a great spot here. He looks short. And, you know, looks like they're bringing in their punt team here, and I don't think with this nice lead, Coach Humphrey is going to gamble here, and I think it's a smart move.
He's got confidence in his special teams. Harrison will do the booting as August and Bell, 20 and 24, backpedal inside the Jesuit 40. 21-7, NU by 14, and in command early here in the second from Jesuit. Driving, wobbly spiral. August backs up from the 33, works to the near side, and has some nice daylight, even crossing midfield into NU territory. Wow, as he makes the Miners 47 or 48, and I'm very impressed with August. He's done a nice job in spot play here. Jason August, number 20.
Yeah, it's my understanding he could be the heir apparent to Bell's spot next year. They're very high on him. Now you see Jesuit with great field position. Ball sitting on the 48-yard line of NU here. Now let's see what they do on first down with this twin set left.
They split the backs and now change Bell's position directly behind Elfman and give it to Ryman. He works left and he has 5 or 6. Nice line surge and a good start for the Marauders on this possession.
Chris Cooper makes the tackle.
Well, it is, and when they run that power set there, Chris Cooper makes the stop. You notice NU, even though they knew that play was coming, that slant, what we call slant, fullback slant left, he still picked up 5 on good tough power running.
Well, he is a load, and on both sides of the football, just dynamite. But right now, Jesuits got their hands full.
They're going left to the unbalanced, no question about it.
Ryman again, bounces off, 3 tackles, he's loose. 30, 20, breaks another tackle to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown Marauders. Jeff Ryman. Wow, was not to be denied on that play. I don't see any flags, and that is a bruising 43-yard multiple broken tackle run. The man generally with red spats takes it to pay dirt and pulls Jesuit a bit closer as Jared Siegel comes on for the PAT out of the hold of Pat Strahl. Spotted clean, booted a mile, another Regal Siegel bullseye at 7:25, nearing midway second. The Marauders back on the board, and let's take another look at Jeff Ryman.
You see the handoff was left. Jeff avoids one tackler, takes on number 4 right there on about the 5, rumbles on in the end zone with great power running. I'll tell you, he loves to make the big plays. He's done it for 3 years for Jesuit, playing varsity football as a sophomore. I've had the pleasure of watching him all 3 years of his varsity. I'll tell you, he's what football's about. He's a hard-nosed throwback of the old days, and what a great run there.
I want to remind you, you have an invitation to visit the Game of the Week website, www.sacramento.org/GOTDTW, I should say. It stands for Game of the Week. And in that site, lots of nice things you can catch up on. All kinds of goodies relating to local area football and to the Capital City Game of the Week on Access Sacramento TV 73. So the host Jesuit contingent coming to life now as this game is tightened up. And here's Siegel's ensuing kickoff, and that's going to be a touchback a driving kickoff that returner Thomas Agar had no chance, and that'll come out to the 20 with a touchback as NU starts with average field position.
Well, once again in that last drive, they went to their power running game. They come out of that formation, by the way, in an unbalanced left line. And when they break their huddle real quick like that's what they do. And you did not respond to that unbalance.
All day to throw. Renicky throws short. He was going apparently for Heidelberger, who had curled underneath, but that ball deflected by Miko, incomplete, and frankly the Miners lucky to get away with just an incompletion.
Well,
there.
they were, and right now they seem to be stringing out their passing game and sprinting out and going east-west and not running the nice bootleg play fakes that Reinecke was doing earlier in the game, freezing the Jesuit D.
Heidelberger works right, cuts inside, steps over a man, crosses the 25, and has himself about 6. So Heidelberger only listed at about 160 pounds or so, but he has really impressed me all season long with his ability to change direction quickly, spot the daylight, and his speed is very underrated. He can really motor. This time he's not motoring anywhere as Kelly Miko grabs him and drops him.
Well, that'll force NU in a punting situation here. And Jesuit gets the ball back with plenty of time on the clock and ability to tie up or go ahead in this football game. Momentum has swung.
Well, Jesuit sideline there, pretty juiced with that defensive stand. And as you say, Eiler Harrison back to punt for NU at the Miners 5, twin returners outside the Jesuit 40. They're going to get good field position here, the Marauders are. Short punt down the middle, bounding and taking a backward bounce for Jesuit, and before the Miners can down it, they lose about 6 or 7 yards. So the Marauders are set up in beautiful shape, and suddenly this game has swung big with the Ryman TD run on sheer determination and solo effort, and now good D forces a punt, not a good one, and here's the Marauders now operating in Miner territory, trailing here 21-14 at the 6:04 midway second. Nice to have you with us. This is quite a football game so far. Here's Ryman, the big load to the right side. He's dropped crossing the 40 by the excellent Scott Andrews, but not before he gains 5.
Well, NU has had to punt the football in the last 2 possessions. Momentum has swung, and now they're going to the power running game. As you'll see, we got a nice replay here. Handoff to Jeff Ryman. He's running to the unbalanced side and tries to turn the corner and picks up a very, very tough 5. And I'll tell you, he did that on his power running because the play looked like it only had 2 or 3 on it.
Well, among their 2 featured backs right now, it's Ryman carrying the load for Jesuit, as Bell has had his hands full, but did score on that long catch and run. Quick hitch, it goes to Siegel from Elfman. 35, 30, and strung out to the far side. Finally, Mills shoves him out inside the 30 at about the NU 28. Big first down and about a 16-yard pickup.
Well, that's a smart move by Jesuit. They were in a 2 tight end offense, balanced up front. Then they take Siegel into the ball game, and he is already out there in place of Bell. Bell's out of the football game, so the NU just ignores Siegel, acts like he's not even there. So that's excellent play call.
Siegel this time near to the near side, as Bell takes a toss and comes to the near side, gets around the corner and makes the 20. That's about an 8-yard run. Good speed to the outside after they had worked the far side of the field on the previous play.
Well, when they line up Ryman out of the backfield at a tight wing next to the tight end, they're pitching the ball to Charles Bell. No question about it. And they still they picked up a nice 8-yard gain on that play. Nice blocking by Siegel, what we call stalk blocking to his corner.
Jesuit 1 yard from the red zone, trailing by 7. It's 21-14 Miners, but the Marauders on the attack. Here's Ryman, hit, but he spins away, and he's going to make something out of this. Watch out, to the 10, to the 5, and he may have been shoved out of bounds. Wow, Ryman is not going to be denied today.
Oh, he's not. He's an example of determination toughness, desire to get the ball in the end zone.
You'll see here on our replay, Jimmy was hit in the backfield.
Yeah, he spun around, spins to the outside, picks up some blocks, lowers his shoulder, and almost gets in. I guess he stepped out stepped out on a 5. I didn't see that. I thought he was closer to the goal line, didn't you?
He got shoved out, so they got the football just outside the 5, and the Marauders are in business with 4:58 here in the second. Here's Ryman, left side barge. He's chopped down short, Van Meter 42 with the initial hit, and he got help from 2 other minors, including the excellent Spencer Havner, number 18.
Well, right now, Jesuit with a golden opportunity here. Plenty of time left on the clock, and they're just coming right at NU. As we said earlier, that's the place to run. And if you're going to throw, certainly isolate single receivers and max protect with Elfman.
Here we go from inside the 5. Toss to Bell, run for the corner, cut it inside. Touchdown, Marauders, as he used the lead block from Bunfill and made the cut at the precise moment. So Jesuit wakes up, a big wake-up call, and comes roaring back. The Marauders with 2 quick TDs, and we're just a point apart now. 21-20. NU's lead has been shrunken as Siegel comes on. Let's show the kicker ticker, because Jared Siegel has been immaculate again this year for the Marauders in special teams. There you see his extra points, Jim. 61 of 63, the others blocked. 5 of 6 field goals. Not many attempts, but always dangerous and from deep range. And his punting with excellent placement, better than 36 per try.
Well, I'll take that any day of the week.
Adam Stahl's hold, another bullseye tacked on for Siegel, and just like that, at the 4:19 of the second, we're all tied up, and we'll take another look at the good stuff.
All right, here we go on the goal line, actually on the 3-yard line. You'll see Joe Elfman reverse pivot, pitch the football to Bell, and Bell skirts the left side for the score.
Well, with Bell's second TD of the game and the point after, we're deadlocked at 21 apiece, and this is precisely the type of high-profile, quality football game we expected today, and this tremendous crowd that is gathered here at Loyola Field on the campus of Jesuit High School is being rewarded with great play on the field.
Mighty Mo has swung, and it started to appear that it was swinging early in this quarter, and Jesuit, realizing they could come right at NU, and suddenly all the momentum that NU had in that first quarter, where they suddenly have gone flat here. And with 4:19 on the clock and a 21-21 ball game here, it's important that NU respond here, because they've been deflated here.
2 touchdowns in 3 minutes has tied the score, and here's Scott Andrews looking for the wedge, and it's not there. To the 15 or 16, and that's all, as Jesuit's special team downfield coverage was on it.
I would say so. He was waiting for that wedge to set up, but it never did. It was so delayed.
Well, we can wipe the slate clean. We are deadlocked at 21. We start from scratch here late in the first half. In case you've just tuned in, these clubs have traded 3 TDs apiece, and Jesuit and NU are square at 21. Pow!
Wow.
Jeff Ryman just said, "How do you do?" to Jefferson Heidelberger, and that was the best hit of the day so far, besides that pass coverage hit in the secondary early on that shook up
Jeff Ryman has
Leary.
turned it up on both ends of the football. They see him make a great tackle right there with great penetration in the backfield.
No gain, 2nd and 10. Wide to the right, Andrews. Renicky, busted play. He's going to have to run for it, and he does, but he's got some daylight. He strings it to the far side. Bunfield's after him and shoves him out, but it's near an NU first down.
Well, as you know, Ryman and Bunfield traded positions on defense today. Bunfield moving to the outside, and Ryman moving to the inside. First down coming up for NU on a broken play, but Ryman with Butkus-like characteristics has taken in the last 10 to 15 minutes, has taken over both ends of this football game.
Can't deny it. Remarkable performance, and we got a long way to go at the 3:27 late second. Finding a big hole is Jarrett, and he spins off two Marauders. Another first down before Kelly Miko can drop him just inside the NU 40-yard line.
Well, again, they're coming right at him and not stringing it out and allowing Jesuit penetration, and I think this is a good move on the part of NU coming right at him.
Well, they've rolled for a couple first downs. Again, Eiler Harrison up the middle, and he bites off about 7 more. And right now the Miners' ground game is clicking.
Well, they're getting off the football here and responding like they haven't here lately, but now they're in a second and about 4.
Well, both clubs want to talk it over on a called timeout, and that'll allow us to let you know that at the half, coming up as we usually do, we'll take a peek at our campus close-ups involving Jesuit High School, the hosts today for this grand affair. We'll peep out and promote our honor roll all-stars as always, and then Jim and I'll do a little first half recap for you. All coming up at the half. Meantime, Renicky keeps it, dishes, and they've got a first down, I believe, near midfield. As the toss went to Heidelberger, Miko was able to shut that off, but not before another NU first down.
Now, normally, I said to you before, I guess I eat my words, they don't normally run that option 20 to 20. However, more importantly, not just a first down, but a clock stoppage at 2:36, giving them the ball right at midfield with plenty of time left on the clock.
NU trying to bust a tie late in the half. Up the middle, big room. Watch out. Bunfield finally makes the stop at the 35 on tough Eiler Harrison. And NU's between the tackle running has been sensational in this quarter.
Well, what they've done is they've adjusted their blocking scheme, and with the plays not running wide, Ryman's not able to stun in there. They're coming right at him.
Stoppage of play.
Jesuit at this point, timeout Jesuit. Defensive coordinator George Harper is going in and talk to these guys here now, and I'm sure he's saying one thing: you better be ready. They're in and out of the huddle, and they're beating us off the football. And they've adjusted their blocking scheme now. Wing T teams are known for their guards pulling. However, they will double team, they will zone block occasionally, and it appears now that they've made that adjustment in their scheme.
Okay.
And now they're coming right at Jesuit, just like Jesuit came at them.
Well, we want to let you know that next week we'll have another special treat for you on the Capital City Game of the Week. It's not too early in this contest to tell you that we are planning, of course, to cover the semifinals of the D1 Championship playoffs. We'll be at Hughes Stadium a week from today, and we'll be able to see an outstanding ball game. It'll be the winner of this contest versus the winner of the Hiram Johnson Grant contest. But right now, first down for the Miners. Straight ahead running nets a couple as the clock rolls at the 2:15.
Well, that time Jesuit did a much better job clogging up the middle, and the pulling guard could not get out and held them to 2 yards. That's the shortest gain here in the last couple of minutes here that NU has.
Motion by Heidelberger, but the carry goes to Harrison up the middle, and he stretches across the 30, inside the 30, and makes the 28. But the clock rolls at the 1:40, and the Miners are going to have to hustle. In case you're interested about field goal kicker Ben Mills, he can hit from this range, although Humphers and staff, I'm sure, Jim, would like to get him about 10 yards closer.
I would think so. I think they'd want to be somewhere and penetrate the 20-yard line at least, make it a much higher percentage play.
A minute 20 left. Markers come out on the give to Eiler Harrison, and we'll wait and see on the penalty.
Penalty on the play.
The injured Miner.
You got dead ball, foul, false start on the offense.
Well, that's going to cost NU 5.
will move the ball back 5 yards.
Well, it appears like their tackle, Scott Judd, number 57, is hobbling off, and 75's coming in a football game with him. Again, now we got to play here with 3rd and about 10. That illegal motion hurt them. Illegal procedure.
Clock rolls at the 1:05. Renicky, a toss to Jarrett. He's trying for the corner and cannot make it. He's cut down. Charles Bell ranging with lateral pursuit to chop that down after only about a 1 or 2 yard gain. That'll bring up 4th and 8 in a moment of decision with the football lying at the NU the Jesuit 34-yard line.
Well, I don't think you'll see a screen here because wing T teams generally don't screen unless they put it in for this football game.
4th and 8 with 30 seconds to go. Pump fake, Renicky throws up the field. Wide open is Andrews at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown Miners. Oh my goodness. At the 22-second mark, NU stings the Marauders with a TD pass to Scott Andrews. And I've seen enough to know that I've seen too much.
He beat Charles Bell in the corner, and Reinecke stayed cool under the heat. And let's just get Andrews go a little deeper, and Scott Andrews know where that end zone is. Boy, he's something.
An impressive drive to beat the clock. Here's the PAT. Mills has it on the way, and that is a bullseye. At the 22-second mark here in the second, NU, after being caught, marches the length of the field and scores on the long hookup from Renicky to Scott Andrews, and it's now 28-21 Miners. How about that?
Well, that was a clutch play, and Renicky has made the plays for them since coming in at quarterback. Scott Andrews has been a big play guy for them all season. He snuck back in the corner, and it looked like it appeared like Bell had him temporarily covered, but then he went back to the corner deep. The route was only normally a 15-yard route to move the chains, and Scott Andrews saw Reinecke buying some time and went back and beat Charles deep in the corner.
Well, I'll tell you, even with two quality defenses, they're both being lit up today. And 28 points against Jesuit, I believe, is a season's high. And NU has surrendered 21, and we're not yet at the intermission. So credit the offensive prowess and these offensive game plans by the respective coordinators.
Oh, gosh, yes. And it seems like the turnovers have been reduced. We had a lot of them in the first quarter.
Billy Bunfill up the middle, finds the wedge and powers out across the 35 to about the 38 as the clock stops with 13 seconds left, and the Marauders will have a play or two, and I'll have to wait and see what they're going to do with them. They're down 7 here after forging a tie following a 21-7 deficit, so the Miners showing some real clutch football, driving the field to take the lead, and we'll see what the Marauders have in mind here at the end of this second quarter. I formation behind Elfman, play fake, and they want to throw. He rolls and throws up the middle, broken up. Ben Mills had the breakup as they were going for Chris Leary, number 18, as the clock stops with 5 seconds left.
Well, right now, again, with 5 only, of course, I wouldn't think he shouldn't have to worry about a turnover, but you know, the closest, Elfman was very close, and both side judges looked to see if he was over the line of scrimmage. And
awfully close, and he was not, so the Marauders get another play. 5 seconds left. Triple wideouts, 2 to the top of your screen, and here we see Leary in motion down the line. Elfman, straight drop back, has all day in the prevent defense, no pass rush, and he's chased out of bounds. And that will conclude the second quarter. We're halfway home on the game of the week at the intermission. Nevada Union 28, Jesuit 21, and we'll identify our generous underwriters who make this special sports presentation possible to you. We thank Athletics Unlimited Air Force ROTC, Bleachers on University, Brinkus Auto Collision Repairs Facility. Let's bounce down to the field, and we'll continue our roundup later. Let's visit with Scott and head coach Dan Carmazzi. Scotty?
Thank you, Will, as we are listening to a little conversation that the coach is having with the referees as we go into the locker room. And Coach, now that we have your attention here, obviously you guys made a nice comeback in the second quarter, tying things up. An unfortunate touchdown late. It looked like it was just a simple pump fake that time that executed for a touchdown.
Give Nevada Union credit. Quarterbacks picked us apart with option and play action. We've got to do a much better job second half of controlling him because he's a hell of a quarterback.
Are you surprised with how many points have been scored here in the first half?
It's disappointing from our defensive perspective, but that says everything for Nevada Union because they're getting off the ball. They're misdirection. We're not disciplined as we should be, but give them all the credit because they're running hard and they're putting the points on the board, and we're not.
Obviously, their offense executing on all cylinders. What other adjustments do you need to make here for the final 30 minutes or 24 minutes?
We've got to keep our defense off the field because we're getting pretty tired.
Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck. All right, let's go back up to you, Will.
Thank you, Scott, and thanks, Coach Carmazzi. That's where we're at the half. 28-21, NU leading Jesuit. Again, our underwriters bringing you this game today. Athletics Unlimited, Air Force, ROTC, Bleachers on University, and Brinkus Collision Repair Facility. Dimple Records and Amy Hardware. JR's Texas Barbecue celebrating its 12th anniversary to Jeff Hassan and New York Life. Hiram Johnson West Campus. Leatherby's, Skills Athletics, and the St. Francis High School Friars Club. We sure thank you. That's the number to call if you'd like to support the Capital City Game of the Week. Extension 167 is the direct line where you can get information to do that. Thanks for being with us. We'll be back for our halftime activities. Do not go away. We have a real Pier 9 brawl here at Loyola Field at Jesuit High School. At the half, NU by 7 over Jesuit, 28-21. Stay with us. We'll be back.
This edition of the Capital City Game of the Week is being brought to you by Los Rios Community College District. Call for registration information or visit our website. When you choose your college, choose the best. Athletics Unlimited, where every day is game day, dedicated to supporting education and student athletics. And by JR's Texas Barbecue. It's the taste of authentic Texas barbecue, right here in Sacramento. Access Sacramento and Play-by-Play Sports would like to thank these businesses for helping to cover some of the production costs for the Capital City Game of the Week.
Committed to the total education of young women, St. Francis High School, challenging the body, inspiring the mind, touching the heart.
Education, it's our future.
Welcome back to Loyola Field at Jesuit High School. This is the Capital City Game of the Week on Access Sacramento TV 73, and in this quarter-final round Division I football matchup, boy, we have a doozy. We're halfway there, but we're halfway there. It's 28-21. Nevada Union on top of number 1 Jesuit, and we've got a lot of football yet to play, but it has been an exhilarating opening 24 minutes of play here at Jesuit High School. Teams trading touchdowns at an alarming rate based on the fine overall defenses of each squad. Momentarily, we're going to dip down to field level when Scott Marsh can catch up with Dave Humphers. Until then, we'll retrace the opening scoring. We'll wait on the scoring and go down to Scott Marsh. He is standing by with NU head coach Dave Humphers. Scotty?
Thank you, Will, and thank you, Dave, very much. Obviously, a very exciting first half. Keys to victory here in the second half.
Hey, you're right. It was a great first half, but now we'll see what the factors of conditioning are and see who wants it the most. It's we have a lead right now, but hey, you got to play 4 quarters, and this is a great Jesuit team, and our team's playing awful well. So conditioning could be the factor.
This is what it's all about. You've got to be very pleased with the play of Renick. He's done an outstanding job.
Oh, he's pretty exciting, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Good luck. All right, back up to you, Will.
Thank you, Scott Marsh. Dave Humphers happy with his team's first half performance, but as you heard him say, it's a long way from being over, and conditioning might be a vital key in the final 2 quarters of play. Let's take this opportunity to do something that we like a lot as we see co-captains journeying to midfield. Let's show you our honor roll all-stars for this week, and we are proud of them because they have been scholar athletes in every sense, from visiting Nevada Union High School, Jefferson Heidelberger, and Scott Andrews, a couple vital cogs on the field as offensive standouts, but you can see in the classroom they are lighting it up, 4.02, etc., etc. And for Jesuit High School, Jared Siegel, dominant in the classroom, 4.02, and Jeff Jeremiah, unfortunately sidelined with injury today. We can recognize him as a standout in academics. Congratulations, gentlemen. Take a bow. This week's Honor Roll All-Stars on the Capital City Game of the Week. We are just about ready to open the first page of the second half in today's matinee performance on the Capital City Game of the Week with Jim Domino, Scott Marsh, Nanette Dansby, and the entire Capital City Game of the Week broadcast crew. We're thrilled to have you with us on a great afternoon near the Sacramento-Carmichael border here on the campus of Jesuit High School, where at Loyola Field we have seen a paramount crowd turn out for today's high-profile event. And I don't know what the estimate would be on attendance, but it might be approaching a new record of some kind. But business at hand, Jesuit to kick off to Nevada Union as we open the second half. The visiting Miners on top 28-21 over Jesuit. And I know Jim Domino would agree that Nevada Union awfully impressive as the visitors coming in after falling behind 7-0, 3 unanswered touchdowns, and then after being caught and tied, a go-ahead TD. Very clutch.
Well, yes, they responded extremely well like any good football team, and particularly when the momentum swung. Jesuit scores 2, and just before the half, they cash in and get 1. Very important touchdown prior to the half.
Jared Siegel, a high chippy. Agar coming on the run and botches it with a short hop. Heidelberger alertly trails the play and falls on it outside the 15-yard line, so below average field position on a near turnover. Special teams operations, and Agar looked like he was caught in between there and indecisive.
Well, they expected, of course, that kick to be much, much deeper, and they had both guys sitting back on that 5-yard line to the goal line, and they weren't ready.
That's something else that Siegel brings to the table. He can put it where you don't want to take it. And here's a give off the left side. A good ball fake to Heidelberger. Eiler Harrison carries across the 20, nearly to the 25, and a good start for the Miners here.
Notice they're going to their fullback a lot more now. As seen at the latter part of the second quarter, Eiler Harrison is a bulldozer coming right at Jesuit again.
Heidelberger in motion, and he's got the pill. He cuts it inside. Wow, 5, 10, 15, 20. Look out. Cut from behind and dropped as he crosses the NU 45. Gee whiz, he stepped to daylight so quick with fast feet. That was very impressive.
Well, his change of pace running, he sets up his blockers beautiful. He got in the running lane, running only about half speed to 3/4, then turned it on.
First down Miners. They're on a roll early. Coming out with momentum. Harrison, wow, tough to bring down, and he takes first contact and runs for 5 more afterward.
Well, I'll tell you right now, they've stepped it up. And up front, number 55 really got into Ryman. And that's rare that you see that.
The lead block helps produce an 8-yard run, make it 2nd and 2. Heidelberger works right. He's spun around. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and also a 1-yard run after it looked like the Marauders had him for a loss.
Heidelberger, the ball carrier.
Yeah, it's a big down. Big down. 3rd and 2.
A very early crossroads here in the 3rd period. We've just started the 2nd half from Jesuit High with Jim Domino and Scott Marsh. I'm Will James. Welcome aboard. We've got a doozy. Eiler Harrison powers up hard, has the first down, twice as much as needed. Siegel helps with the stop on finishing touches after Sharp had the first hit.
Well, you know, Eiler Harrison is carrying the load right now and running so hard. He's only listed 165, but just looking at him in a uniform, he appears like he's 190. He runs like he's 200.
He looks every bit of 200, and he's certainly not. Meantime, misdirection left to give it to him again, using Heidelberger as the decoy, but the Jesuit defense is stacked and ready, minimal pickup.
Yeah, they held him down to a couple of yards there, and they've only run the option once at midfield here now. He's a little delay in getting Coach Humphers' call here.
NU yet to put the football in the air on this series. They've marched right down the field with all running plays. The clock rolls at 9:40, early 3rd. He's still got it, and Renicky throws on the run for Harrison, incomplete. Defending in the flat, Siegel, and that'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Well, actually, NU had Jesuit in the right defense there with a 6-man front, and it appeared that he could throw, but there was good penetration by the left side. Luca had penetration. Miko had his passing lane clogged up from over there, and I noticed they're taking their 2 of their best football players and putting them on the wide side of the field in Miko and Luca.
Fake. Here's a fumble. This could be a long run as Price picks it up. Heidelberger's after him, and he tracks him down near the 20, but he drags him for 10 more. Eric Price on a fumble and run, and how things have changed here at Loyola Field. Oh my goodness.
Well, I'll tell you, it appeared that NU was on a very nice drive, mixing it up, and then comes the big hit. And I didn't get the opportunity
We'll
to,
have the
to
opportunity,
see the big
hopefully,
hit.
but that was a jarring hit that Renicky was unready for. And as a result, you're going to see what happens. There's the run by Price after the scoop. Meantime, Marauders set up. Goal line situation just outside the 10. Here's Ryman. Big hunk. Left side to the 5, to the goal line. Touchdown, Marauders. Wow. Jeff Ryman from 12, right up the gut, and he did it the hard way with power plus.
Well, that took all of 5 seconds. That took 5 seconds for them to get the ball in the end zone. And Ryman powered his way in there, running over and round and through people. Off that turnover, what a big response here. And here we go with a kick and a possible tie ball game.
28-27, Jared Siegel trying to deadlock it again. This has been quite a contest. Nice to have you with us. Spotted clean, booted. That's automatic. And Siegel converts to produce a 28-28 tie, and this has been a special football game. Jesuit taking advantage of an enormous turnover. NU rolling very impressively, driving down the field, generating a time-consuming multi-play drive, and suddenly the Miners are busted. They lose their gold dust as the pan is turned over in the stream, and it's a Price fumble run that sets up this score. Nana?
Well, I tell you.
This is 12 yards the hard way.
Watch here to give to Ryman. He bounces it outside and then runs over to the last 3 or 4 people. And no charge for the car fare. Hop on, will give you a ride in the end zone.
Welcome aboard, I can take it. And take it he did. Ryman, another score for the Marauders. Bell with a pair, Ryman with a pair. Share and share alike. 4 scores apiece, a 28-28 tie. Here's Siegel's kickoff. High, long, driving, deep, back in the end zone, touchback. Jared Siegel, what a weapon.
Lethal weapon, all right.
I think it's time to catch up with Scott Marsh down on the field. How you doing, Pally?
I'm doing great, Will, and here with a very excited Fowler. Jeff Ryman just going into the end zone, and I thought Tom Ryman was going to hurt himself leaping here on the sideline, and obviously you're quite excited right now.
I'm very excited. I don't think you could have picked this score, and they've got to dig deep. This is a challenging game, a great squad, and Jeff's having a great game, and every man on this team is really working very hard.
And as Jeff talked about, obviously this could be his last game here at Jesuit High School. He doesn't want it to be, and I'm sure that's something that's been on his mind the last couple of weeks.
Well, this is our last home game, wherever they happen to go next week, and there's been a great tradition for Jeff and everyone here, and we'll miss this, and we hope we can keep playing next week.
Well, we'll find out here shortly. Thanks for the time, and don't kill yourself.
No, I won't. Thanks.
All right, back to you, Will.
Thank you, Scott. Proud father, Mr. Ryman. Meantime, Nevada Union trying to dig out of a hole after a good hit by Billy Bunfill with help from Rodriguez. Dumps Jarrett. Now on the second down play, they manage about 2 feet on the gain with Miko covering that up. So 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 plus now, facing the Miners after they were stung in a 180 spin of momentum.
Well, Jesuit's starting to, if you look out there, they're starting to show their coverage a little bit. Obviously with 3rd and long, expecting to pass.
Renicky chased and dropped. Outside the 5, a heavy sack. 6 Marauders were there. They anticipated and just gobbled that up. Luca, Price, Catapano, Bunfill, and Miko all in on that.
Well, credit the whole front. You know, and you tried to set up their pass blocking there, and the whole Jesuit front, just the penetration was unreal. They got off the football and were in Renicky's face right now. Didn't have a chance.
Harrison to boot near the back of the end zone, a key play for the Miners special teams, and he gets off a nice driving, wobbly, good hang time kick, backing up the returner, and it's going to be August to the near sideline. He's loose at the 30, at the 20, one man back, and Harrison drops him hard, but what a run back. August just blew by the field as if he passed the pack, and there's a marker down near midfield. Jason August, though, eating up yardage.
I'm very impressed with him, as we mentioned earlier. The heir apparent to Bell's spot, very tough. He set up his block there. Jesuit set up what we call a beautiful picket along the right side there, and unfortunately, we're going back.
Will catch the penalty on August's run back, a good one.
All right, there you see it take over his head, start left, go right. There goes the blocking scheme. There's a nice alley and a lane. He goes along tight ropes to sideline there, and a game-saving tackle, run-saving. In this case, the penalty, a clip against Jesuit, puts the ball back on about the 38-yard line, nullifying a great run.
As you say, August, perhaps the heir apparent to Charles Bell in that tailback spot, getting important playing time here as a returner and backup duty in the backfield, perhaps. Meantime, Marauders force a punt, and here they go on 1st and 10. Elfman, short drop, fires left. He's got Perillo with his first catch of the day. Mills shoves him out, but it's going to be near a first down at the Jesuit 47.
I like that call on first down. They're in good field position. NU is playing very loose, playing three cover, what we call 3 deep, and the corner's back off 10, 12 yards. A nice easy flip to Perillo and moving 2nd and short, nice 9-yard gain. And this is nice when you got 2nd and 1. You can reach in your playbook and just about call anything.
Well, this will be interesting as Bell comes in for Ryman with a quicker lineup in there on 2nd and 1. Toss to Bell. He stops and waits and has a first down with a 3 or 4 yard run.
Right now it appears they're going to line up Charles deep and pitch the ball to him and try to run a little bit wide. And of course, when Ryman's back in the game, they're coming at him.
So they went with their power formation. Jacob Stanfield doubling as a second tight end along with Miko, and they get the 3 yard run. So Jesuit forcing the punt and coming down the field, working 1st and 10 at midfield. Marauders on the move. Bell shows the motion. Up the line, play fake Elfman, looks left and fires deep, and Bell can't catch up with that one. Mills ranging over in the secondary with the deep coverage near the minor 20. Incomplete, but it does stretch the defense and leave the indication that the Marauders want to go up the field. 2nd and 10 now. Clock stopping at 5:56. We're midway third here from Loyola Field at Jesuit High School. Delighted to have you with us as the sun continues to slowly burn off the haze that has engulfed the northern part of the Sac Joaquin Valley, and this is the Sac Joaquin Sectional Football Playoffs, Division I, Round 2, quarterfinals. A 28 tie with Jesuit and Nevada Union. Here's Siegel working left. He's around the corner and has a first down. He shot to the daylight and scampered for a dozen. Jared Siegel.
That's something they haven't seen, really. You know, we know Siegel can kick and play defense, but he's playing a key role in the offense here.
You'll see how quick he is once he spots the alley.
Give him the football and turns it up left and moves the chains. Very well done by Jesuit. They're making maximum use of their substitution and situation players right now, and I have to give credit to Coach Carmazzi and his staff. They're utilizing their personnel.
I've been very impressed with John Davis, 21, in that minor secondary. He's in on a lot of tackles. Wow, Warren Jackson cannot grab Elfman, and he throws on the run, complete with a juggling grab to Perillo at the NU 33, driven out of bounds by Spencer Havner. Shy of a first, but it'll bring up 2nd and 5. Another look.
See Elfman scrambling there and hitting Perillo on a key down where it appeared he avoided the sack and was under heavy rush out of Warren Jackson's. Great play, quarterback.
So they throw on first and run on second. Here's Ryman loose for a 5 or 6 yard run. Looking like a first down for the Big Red at the NU 28. Move the stakes, first down Jesuit at the 5:11 here in the third. And the hosts, Jim, look like they're coming down the field meaning business.
Oh yes, they've turned it up here this second half, and they're coming right at NU with their power game, mixing up the pass. Elfman looks like he's got his rhythm back.
Ryman, the sole member in the backfield, but we see motion from Perillo. Elfman, cool and calm, rolls far side, throws on the run for Perillo, incomplete at the goal line. Good double coverage. The Miners had 2 players there, steady John Davis, 21, and safety help from Ben Mills.
Well, Elfman looked at Miko, who was all alone there at about 12 yards with a first down in sight there, looked at him briefly, and then, of course, he went to the corner where there was big coverage. Again, if he had that back or coach could run that play again, they hit Miko for the 15.
Let's take a quick look. Elfman on the run. Good coverage, as you saw there in the minor secondary. So on 2nd and 10, I formation shown this time by the Marauders as Bell gets it, and he's grabbed immediately by Josh Van Meter. No gain.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a great read because they ran that counter. They faked the Ryman one way, pull the guard, and come up with that famed Jesuit counter, which Bell has gained a lot of yards this year. And Van Meter, one of the best linebackers in the city, stayed at home.
So it brings up 3rd and closer to 11 as they lose a little bit on Van Meter's excellent tackle. So at the 4:15 on the flip side of quarter number 3 here from Jesuit High, the Marauders facing a key 3rd and long. And a timeout called for and taken by Joe Elfman and the Marauders. And we'll tell you right now that we're sure glad y'all participated in the Game of the Week trivia quiz we've had for the last 5 weeks. Again, the question was, who owns the reputation of being considered the absolute most dangerous, hardest hitting football player of all time? The answer, San Francisco 49er linebacker Hardy Brown, prominent in the early to mid 50s. He is the name for the correct answer, and we had 3 people around town on the money sending in correct answers. Don Bixby of Sac and Reed Buell of Sacramento, and actually it's Ben Traverso of Sacramento. If that name sounds familiar, it certainly is. He has 2 outstanding sons on the Christian Brothers High School football team, but those 3 individuals on the mark with Hardy Brown the mean man from the fabulous 50s. We'll be having a chance to visit with our 3 winners in 1 week's time at the city championship game from Hughes Stadium. But right now it's all about Loyola Field. And here's the Marauders on the attack. A big 3rd and 10. Ryman's got it to the left. That won't do it. 5 Miners are there. And that play is stuffed.
Down to the 25-yard line.
And we'll see if Siegel takes the field. He does, and this is one of those elements and instances we were talking about, Jim. Special teams proficiency, and let's see if we get the field goal attempt. It looks as though we will.
Well, I think so. It's well within his range. The ball is sitting on the 22-yard line, and 7 is 29 plus 10 is 39. It's about a 38, 39-yard field goal.
It looks like a 42. Spotted clean, blasted, it's on the way, plenty of distance, off the right upright. As the field goal attempt slides off wide to the right, and we still have ourselves a 28-28 tie here late in the 3rd. Another look at that Jesuit field goal attempt. Distance was not the question. He had plenty from the end zone. Great look at it.
Good protection, and just can't get inside here. Hits the...
Boy, that was tremendous. Wow. Kevin Knight and crew, thank you so much. That's one of our best looks yet. On 1st down, NU comes up empty. Next to nothing on that first carry, so that'll bring up 2nd and long. 3-minute mark, 3rd period sliding away from Jesuit High School with Jim Domino and Scott Marsh and the gang. I'm Will James. Glad to have you with us. This has been quite a game. Heidelberger sweeps right, big speed, 1st down and a lot more to the 40. And he may have lost the football near midfield. He did. And I think the Marauders have a player there. We'll see if it was out of bounds. That is a Jesuit fumble recovery along the far sideline. Wow. A Heidelberger 40-yard run ends in a fumble, and the Marauders have new life at midfield. Oh my goodness.
Well, talk about turnaround. I mean, a great run, just nullified with a fumble on the end. And it was, it was hard to tell from here, from our vantage point here, whether it was a slow whistle or what.
Ryman in motion. Here's a fake toss. Elfman has it. Now tosses to Bell. At the corner. He's dropped. A nice solo hit, but it is a 3-yard game, and a flag comes out late. John Davis, 21, with secondary help from Fred Anderson, 20. Let's take a look at Heidelberger's great run and the Jesuit fumble recovery.
There you see Jefferson Heidelberger going down a sideline, cutting back to the inside. It's tackled there from behind, and a recovery, it looks like possibly Jeff Siegel pouncing on the football there.
Jared Siegel with a big fumble recovery just inbounds to partially atone for the missed field goal attempt off the right upright.
Personal foul on the white. 1st down.
And now a big penalty against the Miners on a personal foul puts the football at the Nevada Union 32. Boy, this game has swung like a roller coaster up and down with momentum. Here's Bell up the middle, zigzag, big burst at the 20, 15, 10. Wow, hit from behind and dropped by Havner, but Bell almost went the distance on that from 32. He takes it to the 12, give him 20. The speed merchant has a key burst. 1st down, Jesuit.
Well, he broke a nice tackle there. Number 20, Jason August of NU had to wrap up better, and Bell broke the tackle.
Elfman under center, just outside the 10. Give it to Ryman. Who else? Work right to the 10, to the 5, to the flag. Touchdown, Marauders. Undeniable. Jeff Ryman gets in at the corner for his 3rd TD, and that's a go-ahead score for host Jesuit as the #1 team rated in this area busts a 28 tie. Big Red on top. Boy, Ryman has been too much. The Miners were able to withstand the first fumble by Renicky when the field goal was missed, but on the second turnover by Heidelberger, Big Red cashed it. Here's the PAT from Siegel, spotted clean. That's in the middle at the 1:55, late third. Jesuit takes the lead, 35-28. And let's take another look, Jim Domino.
Watch Jeff Ryman here from the 12-yard line. You're right in the end zone. He bounces outside, heads for the end zone, gets hit in the air, but too late. Carries him on in the end zone. Jeff Ryman is having probably one of the career games here. He's played many of those, but this has to be just a tremendous football game on his part. Of course, he's got a great support cast as well.
All that is correct, and considering the magnitude in this game and the many swings we have had and the way NU has played, I would say this ranks among his best, if not the very best. Later for exact numbers, though he has had some beautiful numbers today, his clutch performance so far has been paramount.
Well, he's made 3 touchdowns that I know of. He's made key hits on defense. I mean, he's set the tone for his teammates to measure up.
Long way to go, though. 1:55, late third. Jesuit 35-28 over NU, and here's Siegel's long driving kickoff. Heidelberger 5 yards deep will have to settle for yes. Another touchback out to the 20. No return. Siegel saw to that. So back on the field is the NU offense, where they have driven impressively twice and lost 2 fumbles in Jesuit territory.
Well, they've got to eliminate those turnovers if they're going to come back in this football game.
Heidelberger on the carry. Price and Catapano on the tackle. There's a penalty on the play. Holding against the Valley Union.
Well, we all know what that means. Holding on first down is not good deep in your territory.
We've got a Jesuit guy down there, and that was either held or clipped there, and I don't know who it is.
We're at the 1:46, late in the third, 35-28, as time is taken to attend to the fallen Marauder. Jesuit by 7, breaking a 28 tie just moments earlier on a Jeff Ryman 12-yard power run. He has 3 scores today, and Ding Dong Charles Bell has the other 2 for Jesuit.
On the offense.
It appears to be Kelly Miko rising to his feet and walking off after a couple extra minutes to catch his breath, I guess you'd say. We'll wait and see on his status. Scott Marsh might be able to just eavesdrop a little bit to see if that's just losing the wind or maybe something a bit more. But in any case, a 2-way starter there, very important. Heidelberger off the right side, around the corner fast to the 15-20, and an NU first down. Boy, he can shoot to daylight. Check the math. He's back to the line of scrimmage. He does make 12 on that, but they've got a long way to go now. But 3rd and 8, a lot more reasonable.
Stay down.
2nd and 8. Well, another fallen Marauder, but we'll show you this replay first until we find out.
Heidelberger take the ball there and turn the corner and pick up about 11 yards. And now they're in a 2nd and 9, which is a heck of a lot better than 1st and 20 plus. So Heidelberger kind of redeemed himself a little bit there.
Well, I know he'll be heard from before this day's out. Heard from again, I should say. But the key fumbles have really been devastating blows to this impressive Miners offense that has churned the yardage out since the intermission, but has nothing to show for it, losing the 2 fumbles.
Well, they're moving the ball from in the midfield area from 30 to 30, and they've got to be able to cash in, and
so Asher Benjamin comes off, and Nothing serious, it looks like, but he'll take a breather for a minute. As NU looks at second and long, should say. A blast up the middle gets about 5, but that's going to leave him 5 short. 4-yard run, make it 3rd and 5.
A little surprised at that call. I know they've run their fullback inside all day long, and he's been good for 3 to 5 yards. However, with 2nd and 9, I'm a little surprised at that call on the part of NU here. Now they're faced with a 3rd and 5 yards, and a big play here to respond to Jesuit, who's 1 touchdown up in this ball game.
35-28, and here's Heidelberger, their money man. Wow! 2nd and 3rd effort, showed some power and stepped over a man, but we got a flag down, so hold the phone. Dennis Ward, our game referee.
Got a hold on the white.
Possible drive buster.
You know, that between the holes and the clipping, particularly here in the second half, that has really, really hurt NU.
The offense, repeat 3rd down.
From the spot of the foul, the ball will be moved back 10 yards to 19, 3rd and 11.
A key down for the Miners at the 49-second mark, late 3rd. And the deception does not trick Jesuit. They go nowhere. Time for the Miners to punt with just 30 seconds left in the 3rd period, as for the first time this afternoon, a brilliant sunshine has broken through a late afternoon haze here near the Sacramento-Carmichael border, and it has illuminated Loyola Field beautifully. See if it shows up on the punt return. Here's Harrison with the driving knuckleball. August has it at midfield, sidesteps a man, but gets dropped for no gain. And a penalty marker comes out late, as perhaps some tempers are starting to flare here late in the game, but not the time or place for hotheads.
Well, right now, you know, NU, they're normally a very disciplined team, Will, and for them to have a dead ball foul and the number of penalties they have had this second half, they certainly have put themselves in a hole. And they make a good play, then all of a sudden here comes a penalty, and they have to make up ground again. There's a late hit dead ball foul that gives Jesuit great field position again, and they can ill afford that.
You toss in untimely penalties plus 2 key turnovers, and it's no wonder the Miners have been blanked here in the 3rd quarter. With 7 seconds left in the 3rd, the Marauders are going to crank it up, and we'll see what Elfman wants to do with it. Play fake, quick hit. Miko's got it. He's around the corner and makes the NU 20 as time runs out here in the 3rd quarter. So the Marauders on the march again. We played 3 at Loyola Field, and Jesuit leads at 35-28 over Nevada Union, and this will give us a chance to again extend our gratitude to the underwriters whose special support has brought you these sports presentations. To Athletics Unlimited, where every game is game day. The Air Force ROTC, check in with Lieutenant Cassandra Richards. Bleachers on University, home of Game of the Week Party Night. Brinka's Collision Repair Facility, and Dimple Records, the insanity begins here. Amy Hardware, where service has been a tradition since 1904. JR's Texas Barbecue, authentic Texas barbecue right here in Sac. Jeff Hassan of New York Life, Johnson's West Campus, Leatherby's, Skills Athletics, and the St. Francis High School Friars Club. There's the number, there's the extension. That's who you call to help support this program. Stay with us. We'll be right back for 4th quarter action. This is the Game of the Week. Access Sacramento TV 73.
You're watching the Capital City Game of the Week right here on Access Sacramento. cable channel 73.
This edition of the Capital City Game of the Week is being brought to you by Dimple Records, new and used CDs, cassettes, movies, games, and gifts. The insanity begins here. The Air Force ROTC program. Call Lieutenant Richards for more information. Los Rios Community College District. Call for registration information or visit our website. When you choose your college, choose the best. And by Athletics Unlimited, where every day is game day, dedicated to supporting education and student athletics. Access Sacramento and Play-by-Play Sports would like to thank these businesses for helping to cover some of the production costs for the Capital City Game of the Week.
Johnson West Campus, winner of the 1999 Gold Medal for Academic Excellence. West Campus is a college preparatory high school with a rich tradition of academic and athletic achievement, where students experience education as it should be.
This is David. Oh, hi. This is what David's done. David went to college. Annapolis. David taught himself to play piano, the sax, even the bagpipes. Well, maybe not the bagpipes. David was NBA Rookie of the Year. He's also been to the Olympics twice. David even became a naval officer. David's sure done a lot. But you know one thing David's never done? Drugs. David doesn't do drugs. Maybe that's why he's done so much.
Access Sacramento and Play-by-Play Sports are proud to present the Capital City Game of the Week, but they need your help. Your financial underwriting support is vital to maintain these special sports presentations. Interested businesses or individuals who also believe in this coverage of student athletics can help by joining these dedicated underwriters of the Capital City Game of the Week. For more information, call 456-8600, extension 167. We open the fourth period from Loyola Field at Jesuit High School. Charles Bell is held to no gain, so it's 2nd and 10 for the Jesuit Marauders, but they're on top by 7 and looking for more. Here's Ryman up the middle to the 10 to the 5, inside the 5, but a flag comes out. Barging Jeff Ryman having a field day today, but we'll wait and see about the penalty. Boy, bright sunshine slashing through the gray afternoon today.
Tripping on the red.
Wow, rare call, tripping against Jesuit, so it wipes out Ryman's key carry inside the 5. Jesuit on top, 35-28 at the 11:49 of the fourth, and the penalty is going to move the football back outside the 30.
We'll move the ball back to the 31-yard line. 2nd and about 20.
So we'll see if the Marauders can overcome a tripping penalty. Second and 21. Elfman wants to go upstairs and flares out for Bell. Incomplete. It's a backward pass, and he has to try to recover it, but may not have. I believe the Miners have the football. Let's wait for the call. And they do. That's a fumble recovery right in front of the Nevada Union bench, as Bell was unable to come up with a loose football on the incomplete backwards pass thrown by Elfman. Wow! And that is perhaps the most key turnaround so far today.
Well, I'll tell you something. That ball was live all the way. And, boy, turnovers here play a big, big factor.
Renicky to throw on first down. He's got a man dropped by Heidelberger, who's wide open at the Jesuit 35. Oh, my goodness.
They had the perfect call there on a nice play action. Sending half back down the sideline, and Renicky puts the ball right in his hands. Wow, that had 6 written all over it.
He was so open, and that was so out there. I think Heidelberger just froze there for a moment. Tough break for NU fans. The incompletion leaves it second and 10. And referee Dennis Ward wants an official's timeout. So let's send it down to Scott Marsh on the field.
All right, well, thank you very much. Down here with the Jesuit trainer trying to get a little answers about some of the injuries to some of the players here, Jamie Yopes. And Jamie, why don't you just run down the list? We've seen Ryman come out, we've seen Kelly Miko come out, but everybody's out there playing. Why don't you just give us a quick rundown on how everybody is on the Jesuit sideline?
Chris Leary hurt his hand on that middle passing route, and he's swollen and he's probably out for the game. And Jeff's just a little tight. He was hurt a couple weeks ago. We did a lot of therapy on him to get his hamstrings loose. He's just tying up. He's doing most of the work out there, as you can tell. So he's tired, but he's tough, and he'll take it all the way.
And everybody else is okay?
I think so. Asher Benjamin took a shot to the groin as in a boxing match. So,
but he's okay.
He's fine. He's back out there.
All right. Well, that's what counts. Jamie, thanks for the time. We appreciate it. Let's go back up to you, Will.
Thank you, Scott, and thank you, Jamie. So that's an update from the Jesuit sideline on the casualties and walking wounded list. 11:21 on the clock as we're still getting clarification between game referee Dennis Ward and the Nevada Union sideline and coaching contingent of Dave Humphers and company. On the scoreboard, the key numbers are 35-28, Jesuit by 7 over NU.
Well, boy, that appears to me like one long timeout here.
And now we see another huddle at the opposite end of the Miners bench area. And our officials, at least 3 of them over there, with the Miners coaches. And this is a little unusual. I haven't seen this, I don't think, ever. And I bet you Dan Carmazzi and staff are real curious about what's going on the opposite side of the field.
Well, you know, once again, how much of a dissertation is there to confer about relating to? And apparently, I think the question could be, I don't know, I'm reading into this, but we've had an awful lot of holding and clipping, and maybe they're questioning, what do we got to do? Where do we have to block people?
He's going to try it right there. 2.
Well, I hope there's full agreement among everyone involved as the Miners come up to the line. 2nd and 10 after the key drop by Heidelberger. Reineke to throw, fires short, and he's got a man. I think it's Heidelberger with a catch as he squirms nearly to midfield to the NU 48 or so. So the Never Say Die Miners working their way up the field nicely, trying to overcome a drop pass, several key penalties, and 2 turnovers in the 3rd period.
That's a nice show of confidence to go right back to Jefferson Heidelberger, and he gets a nice 7+ yards, almost 8 yards on that play after he dropped the other one.
Reineke up the middle running makes the Jesuit 45. I'll tell you, Eiler Harrison's earned his keep today for the Miners. 1st down, NU.
He's gained such tough yards up the middle, and he runs hard. Like I said, he runs like he's 30-40 pounds heavier than he's listed.
So the clock not a factor by any means. 10.5 minutes remaining. We've just opened the 4th period, and if you just tuned in, we're thrilled to have you with us. This is the Capital City Game of the Week on Access Sacramento TV 73. 2nd round playoff action in Jesuit and Nevada Union. Here's Reineke throwing for the sideline, broken up by Mark Rodriguez. Intended receiver out of the backfield, Jefferson Heidelberger.
Well, they went back to that play that he did drop wide open. However, the coverage was so much better out there. Jesuit didn't bite on it one bit.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 now. The clock stopping at 10:12. Nevada Union driving into the sun. A toss to Heidelberger, big speed, but he's yanked down after running for about 3. That'll bring up 3rd and 7, and that defense closed fast.
Well, once again, Jeff Ryman made a great play, and he had help from 27 in there. Good support from 27, Mark Rodriguez. Just a great play. from his middle linebacker spot. As you know, this is the first ball game he's played middle linebacker. That may be very well where he may play in college as middle linebacker.
So a key down for the Miners, 3rd and 8, and here comes Heidelberger. He cannot get the opening, and he gets munched hard by Miko and fast-closing, hard-hitting safety Pat Strahl. And that will force the Miners to punt.
Well, that's a great play. They came up real nice. Strahl came up. You'll see it coming up here. Here comes Heidelberger. Bell fights off his block, and then of course Miko and Strahl close. Very nicely done.
So Harrison to punt from the Miners 45, twin returners at the Jesuit 10. He angles it for a placement kick end over end and gets it out of bounds near the Jesuit 20, a bit beyond that to the 22, but a good pooch and average field position for the Marauders, though. They do hold, and with a 7-point lead and 8:52, a major opportunity for Jesuit to add some important insurance.
Well, once again, that was their 3rd punt of the second half here, and Jesuit has really kept them under control.
High formation for the Marauders. Turn, fake, and Elfman wants to throw to Perillo, but he does not. He's got Miko over the middle, who's dropped by Mills, and a lot of cover-up help outside the 40. Wow.
Well, we've said earlier, we haven't heard too much about Kelly Miko on offense today, and his crossing routes have hurt teams all year long. And there he is crossing over the middle, getting hit by Elfman. A nice call by Jesuit on 1st down. A big play, putting him in great field position here.
Elfman looked real confident on that, under control, and though he suffered the early interception, he's played very steady today. Here's Bell, quick opener. He bounces off Mills and gets to the outside and reaches midfield. Shy of a 1st down, but he bites off 8, make it 2nd and 2 from the midfield stripe.
Well, we've said this all year about Charles Bell. The biggest difference we see with him, we knew he had speed, is his ability to bounce off and run after contact. And to me, he's so much stronger than he was as a junior.
Tough to wrap up, and you can see what he can do with just 1 or 2 strides of
right now, NU needs to
running.
make a big play on defense. They need something or somebody or people to cause a turnover.
8:17, nearing midway 4th. Here's Ryman ahead as he slams with 2nd effort and falls forward. A 1st down and about a 5-yard run.
Well, right now, Jesuit's running up with their double tight with an unbalance and only 2 backs. They're putting 7 to 8 people on their front line and say, hey, we're coming at you. We are coming at you.
So Elfman leads him up to the line, 1st and 10 at the 7:45. Short drop, look right, he fires, and he's got a turnaround grab. Wow, shaking off the injury and stretching for a key 1st down, Chris Leary. A tall, rangy receiver there, shaken up early in the game on a jarring hit. Has a key catch and run for 2nd effort yardage and a Marauder 1st down as they move the stakes. Football parked at the NU 35, so moment of decision as we near mid-4th. And we'll tell you what's going on next week in just a moment. Key down, 1st down. Let's see how Big Red wants to play. Bell to the near side, splits 2 defenders and makes the 30 and inside the 30. A 5-yard run or so by Charles Bell. Next week, we'll be back to the Big House. And as Nanette well knows, we'll be at Hughes Stadium for what is popularly called the City Championship game. Actually, it's the section semifinals. It'll be the winner of today's game versus the winner of the Hiram Johnson Grant game. And you know, however that turns out, it'll be grand, and we will be there. The Capital City Game of the Week, Access Sacramento TV 73 in 1 week's time, Sunday, 8 p.m. Bell angles right and squirts through a small hole and makes the 25 and inside the 25.
Well, more importantly, they're moving the clock. Okay, we're going to take another look at it. Here comes Charles Bell right at you, running their lead or blast and bouncing and picking up enough yards to warrant a measurement here. Jesuits got good possession here going, running the football right at NU, moving the clock, clicking off seconds in here and minutes, and hopefully not getting NU an opportunity. If they can cash in here via the touchdown or perhaps Siegel field goal, this will put NU in a real bind.
Well, the Marauders in control, in a good position to command their fate in the remainder of this game. 6:15, the clock rolls midway fourth quarter. Jesuit by 7, trying to extend for insurance, a key play. From the 25 of Nevada Union, Ryman shakes off 2 tacklers and strings the play out. Probably for about a 5-yard gain. What a stud.
Well, Jesuits lining up with a wing back to the tight end side and a solo back or ace back in Ryman. He bounces off to the outside and still picks up about 6, almost 7 yards on the play. Boy, they're having a real problem handling him. He's a load, and he's been one determined football player today.
Elfman fakes it twice, and here's the Siegel, look to the 5 near the goal line, and he's shoved out of bounds deep in the red zone as he carries for approximately a 15-yard run. Jared Siegel has made the most of his opportunities today, twice impressively rushing left.
What is really impressive is not only his run, but the fake. They line up in the eye, they fake the ball to the eye back and give the ball to Siegel on a handoff, almost like a reverse, and it's off their best run play. Here comes Ryman.
Fumble at the goal line, loose football. Hold your breath.
Ryman recovers the fumble at the 5. It'll be gain of a
Jeff
yard.
Ryman, presence of mind and major alertness to fall on his own fumble and avoid a turnover that would have again swung this game around into the twilight zone.
Now, they were inside the 5, and Billy Bunfield comes in for Bell. What do you think he's going to do? He's going to block for the big man on the slant. Now we see Bell back in the ball game.
Bell, touchdown Marauders as he danced in from inside the 5. And that is what I would call insurance. And this Jesuit contingent here at Loyola Field erupting.
Well, I'll tell you what, they line up unbalanced again, right? And here they come right at it with Ryman leading the way.
Here's Siegel's PAT try. He's got it, of course, at the 5-13 flip side of quarter number 4. The Jesuit Marauders tack on an important insurance policy, and after Siegel's PAT, Jesuit High leads it now 42-28. Let's take another look at the Bell TD, his 3rd of the game.
Well, here you go with their blast right or lead right or isolation right, ISO right at the unbalanced line. And Jesuit had four people on that side of the football on the line of scrimmage and come right at that unbalance with Ryman leading the way right at the linebackers.
So Charles Bell, 3 TDs. Jeff Ryman, 3 TDs. That's 6 times 7 is 42, and that's where Jesuit's at right now. 42 on the board, looking at the 2-touchdown cushion over Nevada Union now, but still 5:13 left in this one. That lead is not safe.
Well, NU hasn't scored in the second half, Will. They've been shut out in the second half here today. And give credit, I realize they've done a little self-destruction within their penalties and turnovers. However, give credit to that Jesuit defense rising to the occasion.
Siegel's line drive, squibs, and confuses the returners, and that ball's going to be downed. A knee down by Thomas Agar, and he's been confused on 2 kickoff returns in today's game, and Siegel has been the driving force behind the confusion with short pooched kickoffs and bounding line drives that have confused those kickoff formations.
Very difficult to handle, but poor decision making on the part of number 12, Thomas Egger, as well. And it's hard to get a good read out of Siegel. He can do it all. Pooch kick or kick it through the goalpost.
On first down, Heidelberger trying to make it around the left corner, and does for the most part. A nice carry by the NU running back, but they're going to have to start thinking about the clock a little more clearly right now.
Well, I would say so. They need a big play here, and Jesuit's trying to get a sub on here real quick like.
Timeout taken, so we'll bounce down to the field with Scott Marsh. He's standing by with Mr. Chris Smart.
All right, well, thank you very much indeed here with the athletic director for Jesuit High School, and the guy who's probably had the busiest job all day long trying to keep everybody out of the box here on the sidelines. It's a madhouse down here, and I admire the job that you've had to do today. I certainly wouldn't want to do it myself, I can tell you that.
Well, game management today has been rather complicated, and we've got close to 4,000 people here today, and like I was telling a few of the fans, I've only seen about 5 or 6 plays, so I can't tell you how this game has gone.
That's because about 1,500 of the fans are right here on the Jesuit sideline. It's getting tough down here, but 4,000 people today roughly. Does that come close to our record here?
I think so. The biggest crowd we had before was with Grant in the 93 playoffs, and we estimated about 3,500. I think this surpasses it.
And of course, this is the last home game of the year, but your work is not done because it looks like at this point you're going to have to prepare to get ready for Hughes next week, and you've got a lot of details to take care of for that Sac Joaquin game as well.
Sure, meeting on Tuesday at Hughes, a lot of pre-sale tickets. It's all part of the job, and actually we're excited about it. We look forward to this time of the year.
Should be a lot of fun. Chris, thanks for the time.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, back to you, Will.
Thank you very much, Scott and Chris, and here's Renicky upstairs, deep up the field for an incompletion and a Buster pattern there. And we want to remind you that very near the conclusion of today's contest, we'll announce the Capital City Game of the Week players of the game. And the ballots have been distributed and filled out. So with much anticipation and speculation, we will have to wait along with the rest of you. So we invite you to join us for our recognition of these honored student athletes and our customary post-game presentations as we acknowledge the Game of the Week players of the game. Another invitation you can do anytime at your convenience. If you would like, we welcome you to visit our website, the Game of the Week website, www.sacramento.org/GOTW, as in Game of the Week. Inside that site, lots of good stuff about Game of the Week and the local schools. Nevada Union trying to fight back, but with short running plays, it's unlikely they'll be able to overcome a 14-point deficit, Jim.
Not at this point in time, and they're running the football down there. They're deep in their own territory. They can't afford an interception or any kind of loss of possession for that matter. But if they're even going to even attempt to get a touchdown and an onside kick, they better do it in a hurry.
First and 10 at the 3:49. Renicky over the middle, wide open. He's got a man. It's Heidelberger out of the backfield. He's too tough to cover. A first down across the 30 to about the Miners 33 as the clock rolls and NU plays hurry-up offense. Start the clock as they move the stakes. NU under the gun.
There's just too much time between plays. If this is what they call a hurry-up offense, it's not too big of a hurry.
Part of that, I'm sure, due to Reneke's lack of minutes at that position, filling in for the injured Vickers. Meantime, he wants to throw. Left side, picked off. There's an interception by Jared Siegel, and that will finish this one for all intents and purposes. Jared Siegel, the outstanding kicker and punter for this squad, also serving time as a wide receiver and a defensive back, has the interception, and the turnover pretty much is going to slam the door on the visitors from Grass Valley. Jared Siegel on the underthrown ball just gobbled that one up.
Well, has he had a game today or what? Offense, defense, kicking.
Joe Elfman tossed to Bell. He's run for 3 touchdowns. He's trying for the corner and gets around it for a little bit. He's inside the 30, and he's got himself at least 5, it looks like, but he probably didn't want to step out of bounds there. Clock stopping at the 3:09, but the Marauders with a 14-point cushion and the football.
Well, Jesuit definitely stepped it up in the second half. That's a mark of a great football team to Coach Carmazzi and his staff. And right now, with 3 minutes to go, shutting out NU, who had scored 28 in the first half.
Well, the Marauders saving their best for last. Bell again steps inside Mills to the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Marauders. Charles Bell with his 4th score pours a little more icing on top of the cake. A little extra sweetness. And at the 3:02, the Marauders stretch out some more. Ding dong. Ding dong.
Well, it's not bad when you look at between your 2 running backs, 7 touchdowns. That's not hard to take between Ryman and Bell.
Meantime, Jared Siegel making a habit out of this situation for the PAT. Spotted nice by Strahl and drilled in the middle.
Well,
at the 3:02, Jesuit back on the board. On top now, 49-28. And let's take one more look at the Dance to Daylight by Charles Bell. His speed to the outside, I'll tell you, very impressive. Particularly, Jim, at this stage of the game, in the final 3 minutes, he's looking like he's got awfully fresh legs.
NU is awful tired. Jesuit has dominated the ball here in the second half. And I'll tell you what, Bell can, we're going to see the play here. There's a handoff to Bell, a kick out block looked like by Ryman. He just scampers in the end zone untouched. And he wasn't even running at full speed. He was running about 3/4 speed in the end zone.
Well, Jesuit turning it up in the second half and playing premium football with key defensive stops, opportunism on turnovers, and then going for the killer instinct to finish this one off with late scoring. So Siegel kicks off. We've seen lots of different types of kickoffs from him, and NU has not handled them well. This is Scott Andrews getting dropped inside the 20, and again, outstanding downfield special team coverage by the Marauders.
Marauders really do. And Billy Buntville, 44, and 32. Joshua Jimenez collapsed on him right now. Didn't give him any place to run.
In 1 week, we'll be at the Big House, Hughes Stadium, for the section semifinals. Jesuit playing the winner of Grant and Hiram Johnson. Same time, same channel, 8 p.m. Sunday. TV 73, Access Sacramento.
Well, Mike Luca, Price and company were all over him. Nowhere to go. He just kept the ball, and right now I think that I don't even know if we'll see NU throw the football here with 2 minutes and change left in this football game. I don't know. Right now, Jesuit's turning everybody loose. They're in a 4-man front. They're dropping 7 people. and nowhere for Heidelberg to go. Like I said, Jesuit's just lining up with a 4-man front, dropping their linebackers off, putting 7 in the pass coverage, and said, hey, whatever you do, no problem. We're in control here. And it's just, this game was a game of 2 halves where NU showed tremendous scoring power with 28 in the first half, and then at this point in time with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go, get shut out in the second half by a tremendous Jesuit defense.
Josh Renicky wants to throw, rolls away from pressure. Now he's got to run it, and he's dumped outside the 20 by Jared Siegel and Mike J. Luca as the clock rolls with 1.5 minutes left in this one. We mentioned we'll be at Hughes Stadium in 1 week's time for the section semifinals, the championship game, the city championship game as we call it, and it will be Jesuit playing Grant. The Pacers today, 33-14 winners over Hiram Johnson. So Renicky trying to make something happen out of nothing, and he's going to keep the football and run to the NU 35 for a first down on a 15-yard scamper, but with just 1 minute left.
Well, I'll tell you, this young junior's played his heart out for the Miners, and I'm sure Coach Humphers will be happy to have him back because he's a courageous young man with a lot of skills.
Unquestionably, he has shown that he has the mettle. He wants to throw and throws while falling, and they're going to blow that down. I believe Asher Benjamin had a shot
Well, he's
at
had
him.
3 touchdown passes today, and look at him still plugging away.
We mentioned his prowess today in recognition of outstanding performances in today's contest. Access Sacramento and Play-by-Play Sports Productions salute Mr. Josh Renicky of Nevada Union High School. He threw for a couple, ran the offense beautifully. And here comes a sweep by Heidelberger. He's to the outside, cuts it up to the 40, to the 50, and bumped out of bounds near midfield. Another nice run. And for Jesuit High School today, Jeff Ryman, 3 touchdowns on offense, bruising, hitting on defense, complimenting Charles Bell's 4 TDs. He is our other player of the game. Today's Capital City Game of the Week players of the game: Josh Renicky of Nevada Union High School and Jeff Ryman of Jesuit High School. The clock stopping with just 8 seconds left, perhaps one more play in this one, Jim Domino, but the hosts today taking care of home field advantage and a most impressive second half performance to take out a terrific ball club.
Well, just like that famous song, Taking Care of Business, they certainly have taken care of business. And they turned the level up in the second half and showed that they belong back in the championship city game. And we got a great matchup coming up there next week at Hughes with 2 talented football teams. Jesuit has been ranked #1 on our poll here probably for the last 6, 7, 8 weeks, and until somebody beats them, they look like #1 to me until otherwise.
And of course the blue and gold Pacers and Mike Albergini's crew, they've been there before, nothing new for that, and we're going to have a whale of a matchup for the city championship contest in 1 week. So with 8 seconds left, Josh Renicky wants a little bit more out of his NU offense, and he's not going to get it on that play. And this football game is in the book. It's all over from Loyola Field at Jesuit High School, and in this very entertaining and dramatic quarterfinal round Division I football playoff game, top-ranked and undefeated Jesuit High School defends home turf most impressively here at Loyola Field with a 49-28 victory over the outstanding Nevada Union Miners from Grass Valley. Don't go anywhere because we're going to want you to stay with us. We'll be back, not before though. We address our underwriters because Scott Marsh will be at field level. He'll be interviewing and talking with our players of the game and winning head coach today. But those who brought this game to you and those who should be appreciated include Athletics Unlimited and the Air Force ROTC, Bleachers on University, Brinka's Collision Repair Facility, Dimple Records, Amy Hardware, JR's Texas Barbecue, and Jeff Hassan and New York Life. Also, Johnson West Campus, Leatherby's, Skills Athletics, and the St. Francis High School Friars Club. To find out more about supporting the Capital City Game of the Week, there's the number to call. That's the extension to punch in. We'd be glad to talk with you about any type of way you could support our presentation. Stay with us. We're going to return for the usual post-game activities as Jesuit wins it big going away in the end in a terrific game, a victory over Nevada Union. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Don't go away. The post-game show for the Capital City Game of the Week is coming up next.
This edition of the Capital City Game of the Week is being brought to you by JR's Texas Barbecue. It's the taste of authentic Texas barbecue right here in Sacramento. Athletics Unlimited, where every day is game day, dedicated to supporting education and student athletics. And by Dimple Records, new and used CDs, cassettes, movies, games, and gifts. The insanity begins here. And by the Air Force ROTC program. Call Lieutenant Richards for more information. Access Sacramento and Play-by-Play Sports would like to thank these businesses for helping to cover some of the production costs for the Capital City Game of the Week.
Johnson West Campus, winner of the 1999 Gold Medal for Academic Excellence. West Campus is a college preparatory high school with a rich tradition of academic and athletic achievement, where students experience education as it should be.
Change. It's coming faster. Only those with high-tech skills will excel. I'm getting those skills now in the Air Force. It's given me powerful tools. With Air Force skills, I can keep up with tomorrow's changes, and so can you.
To find out about Air Force ROTC at Sacramento State, call Lieutenant Cassandra Richards at 278-7315.
At Loyola Field, lots of happy Jesuit High School Marauder fans in quarterfinal playoff action today. It was top-ranked Jesuit stopping Nevada Union by a final score of 49-28. We'll spin our attention down to the field where our Scott Marsh is standing by with two outstanding players of the game. Scotty?
All right, well, thank you very much indeed. Two well-deserving players of the game today for Nevada Union, Josh Renicky, the quarterback, and also for Jesuit, we've seen this face a few times, Will, Jeff Ryman, who had an unbelievable game today. And first, let's talk to Josh. You guys came down here, obviously playing the number one team in the area, number two in the NorCal, and playing on their home field. But you guys got off to a great start today. I mean, that was just about as perfect a first half as you could play. Obviously, you're filling in for Sean Vickers, who's been hurt. You did an outstanding job. And talk about the first half a little bit, because you guys came out here and really took it to them a little bit.
Yeah, well, our team was ready to play an offense, and we were supposed to put up points on the board, and our defense told us we win. We did that. They came out, scored. We scored 3 in a row, and then they held us for like 5 punts in a row, and then they scored 2 in a row, and then they went on from there, and we scored one more time, and we came out kind of dead, and they were really pumped up the second half.
Yeah, what was the difference in that second half? Because obviously the first half you had a lot of success, a couple of passing touchdowns. Then that second half, that Marauder defense just seemed to take it up another notch.
Yeah, well, every pass they'd blitz like 5 guys every time we'd run a pass. So we stopped passing and we tried to rely on our running game, and they knew when we were running. And they just blitzed every time and got tackles for losses all the time, and we had to punt a bunch of times.
And of course, one big play in that second half was when you got the ball back off a turnover, and the game at that time was 35-28 Jesuit, and you threw a pass down the sideline to Jefferson Heidelberger. He was wide open, nobody within 20 yards of him, and unfortunately, he just wasn't able to come up with the grab. But that was one of those plays that maybe could have turned things around a little bit.
Yeah, there was a curl and fly, and our split end curled, and they bit on it, and Jefferson went deep, and I threw it and hit him in the hands. He would have been gone, but he had trouble catching that.
That's a part of the game, just like penalties and everything else. But you guys had an outstanding game today, nothing to be ashamed of, and an outstanding year. And let's not forget, you guys are going to be back next year. A lot of juniors on the club, including yourself, and have a great JV team that went undefeated this year. In fact, the JV's defeating De La Salle this year. So you guys have a lot to look forward to next year. And congratulations today, and congratulations on a great year. And for your efforts, we have a Game of the Week T-shirt for you, which we are going to present to you now. And again, we want you to wear this with pride. We're proud of these things. And again, our sponsors are Athletics Unlimited and Jeff Hassan, New York Life. Thanks again for your time, and congratulations today.
Thanks.
All right, let's go and turn our attention now to Jeff Ryman. And he's a tough guy to defend. I mean, you guys had a new quarterback to look at, probably not a lot of tape on him. And in the first half, I think he caught you guys off guard a little bit because they put a lot of points on the board.
Exactly. I think we took their passing game a little bit for granted. We came to this game really concentrating on the run. And seeing the wing tee against Elk Grove last week, we were able to stop the run, but they came with a whole other aspect in the passing game. And we weren't quite expecting. We had some mix-up in coverages. It was no one's fault. Just a few mix-ups that got us beat. But we came in this game thinking our defense was going to carry us like they did in Elk Grove, but I think today was the offense. The offensive line, the backs coming in, and that's what makes us great, I think, the ability to overcome tough circumstances. Even when one doesn't come through, it's going to be the other one that steps it up big time. And our seconds really came in. Justin Gaines came in for me on that one drive when I was really tired, and Billy Bunfield, another second, who comes in and really steps it up. All our seconds. On the line, we got DBs. Our depth is what really helps us out.
Well, I think you're right. I think the depth was the key today because were able to stay fresh. I think that really showed in the second half today. And all right, Jeff, tell us now what happened in that locker room, because obviously you guys came out and that was as dominating a second half performance as we have seen a long time in high school football. You guys absolutely controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides. And what was the difference? Was there anything said in the halftime locker room that made that difference?
The surprising thing is, I think if you looked around our locker room, you would have seen all smiles. Something not expected. But we knew the only reason we were down was because we made some mistakes that shouldn't have been made. But we knew we were only beating ourselves, and we knew if we came together like we always do, we'd overcome our tough circumstance. With the determination that we have, we can go anywhere.
And how about the running today? 3 rushing TDs. I mean, you were just not to be denied out there today. Both you and Charles Bell had a great game on the ground versus a very tough Nevada Union defense.
They were very tough. I've heard a lot about their linebackers. They did a great job. But I think our offensive line and our running backs, me and Charles, we knew no one could stop us. Big things, we knew it, and big things it was.
Well, back in the city championship game, this time the favorite in the game. It won't be Elk Grove you're facing. You've already taken care of them. But Grant High School, another great perennial football program, will be your opponent in the championship game next week. And I know you haven't played them yet, but that should be an outstanding city championship game a week from today.
Yes, sir. We're excited. We always get up for games like this. Big things for taking us here. Big things so we don't get us to a championship.
Absolutely. Well, Jeff, congratulations. A tremendous performance. And for your effort, another Capital City Game of the Week T-shirt. You must have about 5 or 6 of these now. And here, I'll let you hold it up. Again, we want to thank Athletics Unlimited and Jeff Hassan, New York Life, for making these shirts possible. And congratulations on a great game today, and good luck next week.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Jeff. That'll do it from down here. Let's go back up to you, Will.
Thank you very much, Scott. Hopefully, if Coach Carmazzi's in the neighborhood, we might be able to get a word with him, but no guarantees on that. Certainly, Jim Domino, an outstanding overall team effort today by Jesuit High School, and that's what's going to carry them into next week's matchup. And we know now that it'll be against Mike Albergini's Grant High School Pacers. That'll be in 1 week's time from Hughes Stadium. Semifinal round coverage of the Division I football playoffs, also known as the City Championship game, December 5th at 8 on TV 73. But lots of heroes today for Jesuit High School. They turned it into a team victory, and as far as Dave Humphers and the Miners are concerned, they were so impressive for the better part of this game. Things just did not go their way at critical times, and frankly, Jesuit played better football at the other key junctures.
Well, certainly, Jesuit shut them out in the second half, and that's something in itself. Scoring 28 in the first half and then scoring nothing. And then, of course, Jesuit scores 14 in the second quarter, 14 in the third, and 14 in the fourth quarter to win going away, and came right at them in the second half. So Coach Carmazzi and the staff must have seen something where they can run right at them. Ryman and Bell had big games, as Ryman attributed his line block rate. Some turnovers and penalties were very costly in that third quarter, and the drop pass that's all part of the game. But when it really got down to it, Jesuit showed why they are ranked number 1, and going into that city title, they have a chance to return there. Both coaches have been there before, have won section championships, have been in the big games, so they know how to prepare teams. And Coach Humphreys certainly does too in a losing cause. So it was a great football game. I think this big crowd was treated to a great game today.
And we were as well, as the treat extended all the way up to the press box. But that's the way it ends today in Sacramento's Loyola Field here at Jesuit High School. A final score of 49-28 as Jesuit High School stops Nevada Union High School in this quarterfinal round matchup. It's been a pleasure having you with us this afternoon. We look forward to seeing you again in 1 week's time from Hughes Stadium, where we'll have Grant versus Jesuit in the city championship game. For Jim Domino, for Scott Marsh, for Director Nanette Dansby, I'm Will James. It was a real treat having you with us today for our Capital City Game of the Week on Access Sacramento TV 73. The Capital City Game of the Week is a special sports presentation of Access Sacramento in association with Play-by-Play Sports Productions. I'm Will James. Thanks for tuning in, folks. So long, everyone.